Yeah, good day to you wherever you have the privilege of tuning in to our broadcast. You are welcome. You are very welcome to today's broadcast on Movement Radio Civic Space. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing? Today we're talking about the weird obsession with parasitic polylooters. Parasitic polylooters. Who are the parasitic polylooters? This is what we want to discuss today. You are very, very welcome. Very welcome to today's program. Today's broadcast will be very, very intense. Very intense. Be very intense. We would be more than willing to engage with fellow Nigerians. Big shout out to as many as those that are joining us live, and of course many others that will join us when when we are done. That is, they will have to replay the live. Big shout out to everybody. You must have been noticing, that by and large, there is so much politicking in the air. There's politicking in the air, and it's very, very much noticeable from different quarters, different political quarters. Let me quickly post the link for you to join us live. Kindly go to our YouTube or any. I think it should be able to post on every platform. Kindly check it out on the comment section. You'll be able to join us live and direct inside the studio here. All right, you want. What's going on? Yeah, you're welcome. We are live and direct. And of course, we had a little bit of delay, timeout, if you ask me. So we are running one more time. Let us quickly do some background work. Okay. You're welcome. Kindly share the broadcast. We are talking about weird obsession of the parasitic elites or parasitic polylooters, however name you want to call them. That is what we are discussing about today. Thank you so much for joining. We are live across about 6 different platforms. We are live on YouTube, Civic Space channel. We are live on the Movement Radio on YouTube. We are also live on Civic Space NG Facebook. We are also live on Alaba Ferreira Facebook. So we are streaming across about 6 different platforms right now. So please kindly share immediately you get in touch with the video. Let's share. Let's make it go far and wide. And we shall start immediately. Let me just do a little bit of you know, homework here. Okay, but while we do that, I'll put something on the studio screen for us to really engage and take a listen. You know, the weird obsession is crazy, man. It's crazy. This is an experience of a Nigerian that I would love to share with us.
Saturday, I was in Uyo, then I wanted to go back to Lagos to follow AKTC. I went to the park.
Yeah.
How much was the money that time? I can't remember, but I know that the difference between AC bus and non-AC bus was about 1,000 naira.
Okay, I remember. You don't say something about that.
Okay, I told you that story, but let me recap the story. It was about 1,000 naira. I said, okay, no problem.
All right.
I will pay. But before I paid, I emphasized. I say, I'm paying this money for ACO. I hope you are going to drive AC till we get to Lagos. He said, yes. I asked the second time, the guy provoked. I heard the third time, he was very angry. Just like when Jesus Christ asked Peter the question. I purposely asked so that I will have a witness. And I had witnesses. I say, you know, we're not put on the AC. The guy started insulting me. So are you the only person that pay for this thing? Everybody know that this AC bus will drive AC. On getting to Obot Akara, which is the last local government area in Akwa Ibom State, before you enter Abia State, the guy did not even talk to anyone. He just said, and this AC, the way I look at this AC, if I continue with this AC, we may not go to Lagos on time. I don't want to be late on the road. He just off the AC without any permission from anyone. I kept quiet. I didn't talk. Everybody make noise. Brrr, brrr, brrr. Yeah, everybody kept quiet. Nobody talked again. I say, in this country? And when everybody talked, and that was when I asked the guy, why did you put on the AC? He just turned and looked me and carried his face out. He didn't even want to talk further because he believed, who is this one? Have you not know what's in the happen? I say, in this country, and me now, I was in Mufti, but a soldier. I say, I go prove to this guy, say, it's not everybody who can do this nonsense. Now, what happened that day? Every passenger in the vehicle turned against me, including barristers, medical doctors, old people, young people, men and women. Are you the only person that paid? Are you the only person that paid? Hey,
this is an experience
you are a wicked person. You want
an ordinary Nigerian.
Are you stopping the driver? Do you want him to get accident in the vehicle? I say, for what? For the vehicle we paid for to enjoy AC. You are now turning against me? Everybody turned against me. And you know, unfortunately to the driver, I was sitting down behind him, that seat behind the driver, and in front of me was a fire extinguisher in front of me. So I told the driver, you put on this AC. He said, I should do my worst. I said, okay. Then I asked God to forgive me. I did the Lord's Prayer. Father, forgive my sin because I'm going to, we may die today so that if I come to heaven, you will know that, yes, I've reported to you. I prayed openly. I didn't hide my prayer of confession for God to forgive me of my sin. Then I say amen. And I asked them, have you people prayed your own? Because we will die today. He said, only you will die. I said, okay, when I go, no. I removed the fire extinguisher in front of me. Then I told the driver, I say, at the count of 3, if you don't put on this AC, I am going to break your head. Then all of us are ready to die. The moment I removed the fire extinguisher like this thing in my hand, and it was very portable like this, I say 1, before I even say 2, the guy put on the AC. You know what happened? We drove AC to Lagos, and when we got to Lagos, those idiots, including barristers, medical doctors, were telling me, oh, God bless you, sir, if not because of you. I didn't even reveal myself as a soldier, but I only acted as a good Nigerian. If not because of you, these people would have cheated us today. I say, you are idiot, medical idiot. You are a learned idiot. That was what I talked to the lawyer. That is the kind of country we find ourselves. Your own right. Somebody will now work on you and you keep quiet. My brother, only God will help us in this nation.
Is it only God that will help us? For the sake of
Only
new
I came
listeners,
home. Why still serving?
let's play it
I
again.
was in Uyo. Then I wanted to go back to Lagos to follow AKTC. I went to the park. How much was the money that time? I can't remember. But I know that the difference between AC bus and non-AC bus was about 1,000 naira.
Okay, I remember. You don't say something about that.
Okay, I told you that story, but let me recap the story. It was about 1,000 naira. I said, okay, no problem. I will pay. But before I paid, I emphasized. I say, I'm paying this money for ACO. I hope you are going to drive AC till we get to Lagos. He said, yes. I asked the second time, the guy provoked. I heard the third time, he was very angry. Just like when Jesus Christ asked Peter the question. I purposely asked so that I will have a witness. And I had witnesses. I say, you know, we'll not put on the AC or the guy started insulting me. So are you the only person that pay for this thing? Everybody know that this AC bus will drive AC. On getting to Ubud Akara, which is the last local government area in Akwa Ibom State before you enter Abia State, the guy did not even talk to anyone. He just said, and this AC, the way I look at this AC, if I continue with this AC, we may not go to Lagos on time. I don't want to be late on the road. He just off the AC without any permission from anyone. I kept quiet. I didn't talk. Everybody make noise. Yeah, everybody kept quiet. Nobody talked again. I say, in this country? And when everybody talked, and there was when I asked the guy, why did you put on the AC? He just turned and looked me and carried his face out. He didn't even want to talk further. Because he believed, who is this one? Have you not know what's in the happen? I say, in this country, and me now, I was in Mufti, but a soldier. I say, I go prove to this guy, say, it's not everybody who can do this nonsense. Now, what happened that day? Every passenger in the vehicle turned against me, including barristers, medical doctors, old people, young people, men and women. Are you the only person that paid? Are you the only person that paid? This and that. You are a wicked person. You want everybody to die. Why are you disturbing the driver? Do you want him to get accident in the vehicle? I say, for what? For the vehicle we paid for to enjoy AC. You are now turning against me? Everybody turned against me. And you know, unfortunately to the driver, I was sitting down behind him, that seat behind the driver, and in front of me was a fire extinguisher in front of me. So I told the driver, you will put on this AC. He said, I should do my worst. I said, okay. Then I asked God to forgive me. I did the Lord's Prayer. Father, forgive my sin, because I am going to, we may die today, so that if I come to heaven, you will know that, yes, I have reported to you. I pray openly. I didn't hide my prayer of confession for God to forgive me of my sin. Then I say amen. And I ask them, have you people prayed your own? Because we will die today. They say, now only you will die. I said, okay, when I go, no. I remove the fire extinguisher in front of me. Then I told the driver, I say, at the count of 3, if you don't put on this AC, I am going to break your head. Then all of us are ready to die. The moment I removed the fire extinguisher like this thing in my hand, and it was very portable like this, I say 1, before I even say 2, the guy put on the AC. You know what happened? We drove AC to Lagos, and when we got to Lagos, those idiots, including barristers, medical doctors, were telling me, oh, God bless you, sir, if not because of you. I didn't even reveal myself as a soldier, but I only acted as a good Nigerian. If not because of you, these people would have cheated us today. I say, you are idiot, medical idiot. You are a learned idiot. That was what I talked to the lawyer. That is the kind of country we find ourselves. Your own right. Somebody will now walk on you and you keep quiet. My brother, only God will help us in this nation.
Well, is it only God that is going to help us in Nigeria, or we have to help ourselves? And today we are talking about the weird obsession with parasitic Polilooters in Nigeria. Who are the parasitic Polilooters? All right. Some would argue that they are the ones you are looking at on the screen right now. Many people will make that argument that, well, these are the ones that does not, they will argue that these are not the ones that we are talking about. That these politicians, they are clean. That we have to really work with them, you know, going forward. You know, some would argue with you till tomorrow that these politicians are not as bad as you think they are. Why are you painting them black? Why are you always, you know, playing the saint? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is this, nobody is that. Everybody needs to, all hands have to be on deck. If we are to remove Tinubu today, all hands have to be on deck, including these people that are here. And of course, we are going to tune in to hear from what many of our fellow countrymen and women have been saying across different platforms. And you'll be able to see beyond every reasonable doubt that there is indeed weird obsession with the parasitic Polilooters in Nigeria. They call themselves politicians, but indeed, are they really politicians in the right sense of it? In the right sense of politicians, are they really politicians? It's something that we are going to establish today. Would you like to join us? Would you like to join us inside the studio here? Feel free to engage. Feel free to engage with the comment section, and you'll be able to access the studio. Very, very important that we make sure Yeah, very, very important. We make sure that everybody have a means of joining us live and direct here. So please feel free to drop your comments. You don't have to even be in the studio right here with us. In as much as you drop your comments, it will pop up on the screen and all the platforms will be able to see it. All our platforms across about 6 different platforms, they will be able to see your comments. All right, so please free. Let us have this conversation. Let us have this conversation. It is very, very important we have that conversation moving forward. That do we really have polylooters in Nigeria? And are we really obsessed with the so-called polylooters in Nigeria? Join us in this conversation. This platform is meant for everybody. All right, this platform is meant for everybody. There's no gatekeeping here, and there's no agenda here. All right, you are going to express yourself, express your mind, all right, to the best of your knowledge. All right, express yourself. Let's even if you disagree with us, come and debate it. Come, let us debate. Come, let us debate. It is important, and we are streaming across 6 different platforms, and we have really communicated with all our pages, all our groups. If you are here to be on our groups, please reach out. We are going to put you in the loop. Very important. Why are we obsessed? Why are the Nigerian people obsessed with our polylooters? All right, why are we obsessed? What can we do about the obsession? All right, obvious obsession with the political system of things in Nigeria. Or do you even disagree that our people are obsessed with the current political hegemony? Do you disagree, all right, with that insinuation? Come, let us have that conversation together. It is important that we have that conversation moving forward. So it's important we have that conversation moving forward. If you disagree with us that indeed the Nigerian people are not obsessed with their politicians, it is just pure love. Pure love, as far as you are concerned, do you think this is just pure love that people would, regardless of the treatment that politicians, melt down on them, they are still very much willing to basically worship the feet of the politician? How interesting. And these are some of the things that we want to highlight today. We will highlight all of these things today and more. I think, okay. And we have already taken a look at some of the statements or experience of a Nigerian. Let us play another sound bite. Then we'll now react to it in real time. All right. I came across this sound bite, and I believe we should actually talk about it. Let's take a listen.
He has gathered everybody together in one basket. You can't defeat him at all. Money for money, vote for vote. 20,000 per vote. They will have the money to buy everybody. Because all the governors have war chests. They just devote 3 months allocation to settling people. And people are hungry, they will collect. And if you don't even collect, there'll be a glitch in INEC. There'll be a glitch. That's just the truth. I'm just being honest. No need to sugarcoat it at all. No need to sugarcoat it. We are not going to have election in 2027. If you ever have it, nobody can defeat Tinubu the way we are today. I don't know tomorrow. As of today, nobody can defeat President Tinubu because he's in control of almost 31 governors. And they all have allocations to dispense to the people, to INEC, to DSS, to police. Is that not true? If President Tinubu were to just exercise the utmost wisdom of a statesman, 4 years is enough for him to be president. He has done enough. He has achieved his economic reform. So, political reform is now the front burner of the agenda.
Really? Has he really achieved his economic reform?
With 100 million naira form to run for office. So there is a program that will terminate in October 1, a civilian program, a civil society effort. We just pray and wish that President Tinubu can look in our direction. We cannot force him. We cannot plan a military coup against him. We cannot plan a civilian coup against him. He's on the throne. Can he use his...
I think it's important that we highlight all of these things step by step. All right. One, because there's so much to unpack in this soundbite that you just listened to. There's a lot to unpack. And this is looking at it from the angle of the caption. It says President Tinubu has 31 governors on his side. Nobody. Thank you so much. Wow. That was my uncle, Dr. Faponda. Wow. Faponda. Dr. Faponda. That was your uncle. Interesting. And this elder here is saying that President Tinubu has 31 governors on his side. Nobody can defeat President Tinubu in the coming 2027 general elections. All right. Is that really true? Is that a statement of facts? All right. And based on the Nigerian economic realities, is that a statement of fact? Is that a statement of fact? Or we are just basically working with political sound bites orchestrated to keep the people very much, defeated? Are we talking about political orchestration that is meant to keep people very much defeated, such that they have a sense of, well, there's nothing we can do about removing this current nightmare? If our people really call it nightmare, because we have been going around. Part of what our mandate is on Civic Space and on Movement Radio is to go about from place to place to really engage with the Nigerian people. And what their comment has been has not been positive. It has not been positive. It has been complaint upon complaint upon complaint upon complaints. All right? Complaints upon complaints. But well, if you are complaining about something, then you want to do something about it, what is indeed your best option? All right? Is your best option to resign to fate and say, well, nothing that we can do? President Tinubu has cornered every reasonable element to himself, all right, to maintain his reign of power in office. So we just throw our hands in the air and just simply accept our fate. Is that the situation? All right. And how do we intend to solve that problem of a defeated mindset within the voting population? And of course, let's look at it very critically. Behind all of this obsession for the establishment Polilooters is a mindset. There is indeed a mindset. It's not coming just like that. It does not happen just like that. All right? Yes. Coming from the African Wahala, saying we should never have a defeated mentality about not being able to change our situation. So I disagree with the man about it being impossible to remove the wicked government and its structure of criminality. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will not forget today to drop the link to the studio for as many as those who want to join us. All right, I will keep posting the link intermittently. All right, and that particular link have been posted across board. All right, yeah, Olumide, thank you so much, Mr. Olumide. Akinwumi says, my bro, well done. It tire as these crooks will be the one to fix the shithole. It just tire me. Yeah, you are not alone. This is from YouTube. Thank you so much, Mr. Olumide Akinwumi. Africa in the Box, you are welcome. You are welcome, my dear comrade. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Okay now.
Yes, you are coming out clear. Now only your face we no see, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. So basically, I mean, what you said actually made me request for the mic. See, the video that you played, and you also make some submissions on it. You know, I think even though I disagree with majority of the things the guy said, but if you look at some part of it, you see, I think he was just trying to refer to the current situation of things. You look at the current situation of things, right? You know, Nigerians as a whole, Nigerians are acting like they have no direction. Right? There's no way we can unseat Tinubu by this method, right? You know, see, the majority of Nigerians are falling for this ADC scam. You know, as you can see yourself, you know, and why would you fall for ADC scam, right? If you claim that, okay, fine, you are obedient, you want better Nigeria, you know, and in the last election, right, you were campaigning against corrupt structure of criminality. You know, you said a lot of things about, you know, culture of criminality, and now you are part of that structure of criminality. It's a, you know, I mean, it might be, you might consider that as a normal situation, but it's not normal, you know, because you already know that the structure of criminality, and how this works is that even if you want to get job in Alausa, it is by slots. Now imagine, you know, on a more prestigious level, like Senate, Vice President, even Buhari's tenure, the Vice President was a slot for Tinubu. So now, if you follow structure of criminality, where all major positions will be by slots, so how do you expect to make Nigeria better? It's not by slots. It's not by just giving one Oba to, you know, to select someone to represent. You know, it's not by that. That person is by what you can do. So if majority of the positions are by slots, you see Minister of Mine and Steel is maybe, what's it called, every five slots. He probably brings his cousin. Do you think you will develop that sector? You see, that's the problem we have in Nigeria. That's why Tinubu's administration is not working out. Because majority of that positions is by slot. They just give one person, that person will just select one person, stay there, just give me money. It's all about money. So, and the same Nigerians are rallying for these same people, calling it the want. It's not really about unseating Tinubu. You can't unseat Tinubu with another Tinubu. Tinubu got there with a coalition. Now you are having another coalition saying, you know, trying to, and people are easily convinced. Nigerians are easily convinced, right? Because we don't want to do the needful. Look at the Oshokini crisis, because it's a crisis. You see, the government, you know, what's it called, demolished a lot of houses there. And I saw even yourself, you went there, you were present on that ground to catalyze the protest. So if you remember the video that you posted, one old woman was asking you that, do everything you can do for us. It's not like you have more power, but the power that we have is the people. Like that.
Absolutely.
During that time, it was supposed to follow you. You know, but the old woman, I just saw the video. The woman was trying to like argue, anything you can use to reply that there are some people online that are seeing it. You know, nobody will join. If you, the old woman, you cannot even follow a protest. They were scared of being arrested. If you look at it, people were just going about their days on Third Mainland Bridge. And you know, you were trying to like bring about a protest, you know, to stop that demolition. Look at it now, they're in Makoko. So the thing is that Nigerians won't stand up, even if their neighbors are being affected. So the people of Makoko didn't stand up during Owo crisis. Now the people of Mapuko have been affected. It will definitely get to maybe Lagos Island because everybody will just sit down, they won't do anything. They just want to, vote for one of the oppressors, thinking he's the only one that can do it. That's the problem we've had in Nigeria. So until that stop, there's no one sitting in the book. We need to be able to fight for ourselves. We need to be able to enjoy. You can't be going to work when you see the people of Oshoki in disaster, being impoverished. So these are the problems we're facing. Until that stop, you cannot unseat it. There is no way to unseat Tinubu. Even Tinubu will finish later. He will probably bring his son because the people are not ready to come together. The only time they are ready to come together is to support an oppressor, support Atiku, someone that has sabotaged Nigeria, support Peter Obi, someone that have owned that had 8 years in Anambra and did nothing. But when are we going to come together and say, okay, fine, this is our fight. We are fighting it for the better future of Nigeria. When are we going to do that? Before with the same masses are fighting very dark man because of the Igbo, now tribalism. That is where we have our strength. How about having a better nation? So these are the things we need to resolve. If we really want to sit in the book for the betterment of Nigeria, not to sit in the book to bring in another ADC that have a structure of criminality that will put their sons in mine and steel or the power sector minister that will keep collecting money from the people, embezzling money, not doing anything. So we have to make a decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Africa in the Box, as always. As always. You have always been, there to show the Nigerian people the way. All right? You have always been available to actually enlighten the Nigerian people. We are proud to always have you join us, enlighten us on some of these things. That it is high time we see ourselves as the salvation. Now we be the salvation where would they look for? All right? Now we be the salvation where would they look for? Are we ready to champion our own cause, or we still want saviors from a different multiverse? And it is in the whole attempt to look for saviors that would, really hope that people like Atiku, the establishment politicians, they are the ones that would save us from from this sad situation that most likely, arguably, some of them actually are quite a major player in how we get to where we are right now. Some of these people are a major player to how we got to where we are now. Nigeria did not get here by chance. I think we have discussed that in our previous live streams. We have not gotten here by chance. We have gotten here by sheer design. Design. All right? Design. It is not by mistake that we are here. And it will take an organized, conscious people to break free. Not just emotional people. Not just people that just want to be pitied. As you have said, Africa in the Box. Many of our people just want to be pitied. It's not as though they want to really escape or, or break free. Do we really want to break free, or we want escape? Just want to escape from our situation. We just want someone more that will come and rescue us from our situation. And as you can see on the screen, they will come and beg for votes when there's election time. Now they are going about giving donations, all right, empowering people, all in the name of vote for me. I'm willing to help you out. I'm willing to sort your bills. I'm willing to bribe you. All right? But in the actual sense, after voting, what happens? The very people that they came, they are the one that will now they will now be begging. It is very, very sad. And I think it's something that we have to work on moving forward. All right. It is something that we might need to do what? Work on moving forward. You see, as we are talking, they just took light. I can't make this thing up. All right. It is the screen of the laptop that is basically acting as my light source now. I have to connect this thing. All right. Of course, this also have a time. It has a timeline. After about 2 hours now, if there is no lights, we will be forced to go on generator. We'll be forced to go on generator to keep streaming. This is the reality of the Nigerian. Can you see the? I just plugged this light now. This is the reality of the Nigerian people. All right. You can imagine businesses across the world. Not across the world, across Nigeria. Businesses are vulnerable. Businesses are vulnerable in basically at the mercy of the Nigerian situation. This is what the reality is. But we would bring the reality to you here. All right. We don't sugarcoat stuff. Bring the reality raw, for you to know that well, we are indeed not propaganda machine, right? We are an ideological media platform, all right, dedicated to really bring you the reality of the Nigerian situation. And do not even get twisted. It's not been long that they brought this light. It's not been long. It's not up to an hour before we started the streaming. But let's move away from that. Why are we obsessed with the parasitic Polilooters? My question is to the Nigerians that are very much obsessed. Faith Nadelulu, them go ye pansa. Thank you so much. Let me bring that comment up. Them go ye pansa. Now they have brought the light again. This is how they usually do with the electricity in Nigeria. You know, they have a way of bringing it on and off, off and on. What is it? The off and on situation in Nigeria is terrible. Off and on situation. And of course, this is the kind of Nigeria that they want us to be proud of. They want us to be proud that Nigeria does not still have a stable power supply in 2026. And these are the politicians who are the ones responsible. All right. The likes of Atiku spent $16 billion. $16 billion. All right. To bring darkness. $16 billion to provide darkness and unstable power supply, despite selling many government owned assets. All right. Well, I am getting feedback that Lagos State is the worst place to invest in real estate at the moment. Why? I would click on that post and give you a feedback. Billions in investment gone. Just like that, and no single compensation from the government. Lady reacts to the ongoing demolition at Palm City Estates, Lagos State. All right, as if it was not enough that they are destroying houses in Makoko, in Oworoshoki on an industrial scale. Poor people's housing units that poor people have built for themselves. But well, when they are doing all of these things, rich people that have built their own real estate in estates, they have built their own properties in estate, they feel they are safe. They feel they are, instead of them to stand in solidarity and go to Oworoshoki and say, no, we cannot take this. This is absolute wickedness against poor people. If half, not even half, if quarter of rich people, all right, those that we might call rich people, middle class people that are doing well. Let me just be clear. We are not here by mixed mistake. This platform is not by error. All right, civic space, the movement radio that I'm standing in front of you, all right, at this moment in time, it is basically sponsored by Nigerians who are supposedly middle class. They're not rich, but they are middle class, and they're like, well, we stand in solidarity with the Nigerian people, because whatever it is that is happening to the Nigerian people will most likely happen to us, because we also have investments in Nigeria. So look at it now. It's already affecting big people, big men, those that is considered they have properties. Now Lagos State is going unhinged, demolishing properties. They cannot provide housing. So those that have been able to provide housing, Nigerian people that have been able to provide housing, they are now saying, okay, how dare you provide housing for yourself? We are not able to provide it, but how dare you provide housing for yourself? We would demolish anything demolishable. If you are considered, especially if you are not a politician that we know, because we understand that even that Lagos-Calabar expressway that they are doing, Lagos-Calabar expressway that they are doing, they have to reroute the road just because of some political interest. Some of the real estate across that corridor that really falls, they don't want to offend, they don't want to demolish those ones because they are in good standing with the government. All right. So if you are not a politician and you're not an oligarch in Nigeria, you are in big trouble. So far, in as much that you're not a politician, and you're not an oligarch in Nigeria, it is time to stand and unite in solidarity. All right? You have to unite in solidarity. And so as many as those that are the oligarchs, the political oligarchs in Nigeria, they should watch out. They should do what? They should indeed watch out, because there will come a generation that will not take this nonsense. There will come a generation that will say enough is enough. Enough is enough. All right. You can have a field day now. All right. And you can see many politicians in Nigeria, they are enjoying themselves. They are enjoying themselves now. They feel they are okay. They are buying exotic cars, securing choice real estate properties and land to themselves. It's a paradise for them as we speak. It's a paradise for them as we speak. But let them watch out. The oppressed will one day not just complain, they will be able to organize. But what we have been seeing so far is still very much complain. When are the oppressed going to organize? Of course, that is why we are here, to be open-minded enough to welcome everybody's statements, and I can see many comments already on the screen. Thank you so much, everybody. Just drop your comments and it will pop up and we'll be able to read it loud and clear. And from the African Wahala, we should never have a defeated mentality about not being able to change our situation. So I disagree with the man about it being impossible to remove the wicked government and its structure of criminality. African Wala is referring to a previous interview that we played before. Let me play that interview again. Please take a listen.
You can't defeat him at all. Money for money, vote for vote. 20,000 per vote. They will have the money to buy everybody. Because all the governors have war chests. They just devote 3 months allocation to settling people. And people are hungry, they will collect. And if you don't even collect, there'll be a glitch in INEC. There'll be a glitch. That's just the truth. I'm just being honest. No need to sugarcoat it at all. No need to sugarcoat it. We are not going to have election in 2027. If you ever have it, nobody can defeat Tinubu the way we are today. I don't know tomorrow.
Do you agree with that? That if we were to have elections today, nobody can defeat Tinubu? On what premise is that statement based on? What premise, really? On what premise? On what ground should is that statement? Because this is not the first time we are hearing such statements. Nobody can defeat nobody. And of course, this platform is open for anybody to come and debate us. If you think, well, we are just spewing nonsense here, use that referral link. All right, that link to come into the studio and engage with us. We'll be more than willing to engage you. But many people are saying this, and many people are saying that, yeah, it is impossible to defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you can hear him talk about distribution of 20K. That, of course, Tinubu has now. APC have 31 governors. All right, and there was a time also that PDP also have majority of the governors on their side, mind you. All right, but yeah, they were powerful at the time. They thought they cannot be, they are the alpha and omega. So, but well, they had leverage. And of course, looking at the optics in Nigeria right now, APC does have leverage. But this is just talking about politics. How about talking about governance? Governance. Do they really have the kind of optics when it comes to good governance? And on what ground should re-election be based? Is it on the ground of just optics, or on the ground of good governance? Is it on the ground of whether or not, this one has, more political influential people, political big men? All right. Is it on that premise that this is based on, or on good governance? Let's take a listen.
Money for money, vote for vote. 20,000 per vote.
Money for money, vote for vote. 20,000 naira per vote. All right.
They will have the money to buy everybody.
States they have the money to buy everybody. They have the money to buy, and we'll talk about everybody, that is the vulnerable people. All right, and of course, from just over 100 million voting eligible voters in Nigeria, the last election has shown that you just need about 8%. 8% of that 100 million people to actually become the president. And of course, money for money, vote for vote, 20K per vote. Can anybody defeat the incumbent, as we speak there? Because of course, they have the storehouse, the key to the storehouse of the people's resources right now. And of course, many defection, many governors. If you have to combine all these efforts together of blind, loyal, vulnerable supporters, all right, blind, loyal, vulnerable supporters, we are still looking within the range of 10 million, 12 million votes. What happened to the others who refused to either not vote as a protest that, they already know who will win, which is not really true, technically. Is it really true that they already know who will win? All right, when you are not participating, if the number of the voter block of those that have that mindset, they are arguably in their millions. If those ones can also say, well, this time around we are going to vote, this time around we would vote for a credible candidate that has the merit, all right, they can constitute a very major voting block. How about those that, they have the voter's card, but they decide not to vote at all based on maybe commitment at work or religious commitments? Those ones are also one. So if you combine all of these votes together, you see that the vulnerable votes, those that constitute the vulnerability of because the widows, the orphans who are eligible to vote, the market women who need money, and you can see them going around. I think I will have to look for that video of going around. Do you believe in the renewed hope agenda of Tinubu? And if you say yes, they will carry money and give you. They will carry money and give you. And of course, you can't tell me that through that particular, outreach, you can't tell me they will not be able to corner many votes to themselves. And that is the one that you are seeing on the camera. There are many underground similar outreach or perhaps empowerment that they are doing. This is how they get their millions of votes. It's not by popularity, it's by gaining or cornering vulnerable people to themselves to build up numbers. So we on this platform, we are saying that the critical masses of the people, those that have not been voting before, those that are saying, the last election, what really happened? They really, they turned off the IRF. They did this, they did that. If they can again decide to participate, and not just participate by being obsessed with this current, looking for the lesser evil among the popular ones. All right? Looking for lesser evil is another big issue. But of course, that is a topic for another day. But the obsession for the current, Polilooters. If you ask any Nigerian today that, do you think Nigerian politicians are thieves? What do you think would be their response? Do you think Nigerian politicians are thieves? They have been stealing the people's resources. What do you think would be the reply of the Nigerian people? Will it be on the affirmative or in the negative? And of course, if it's in the affirmative, you now begin to wonder why they are still very much obsessed with this current crop of people that claim to be politicians. Let's keep listening to this soundbite.
Because all the governors have war chests. They just devote 3 months allocation to settling people. And people are hungry, they will collect. And if you don't even collect, there'll be a glitch in INEC. There'll be a glitch. That's not the truth.
It says people are hungry, and if you give them money, they will do it they will collect. People are hungry. If you give them money, they will what? They will collect. And of course, even if, according to this our analyst here, an APC analyst, that even if they did not collect, there will be a glitch and they will turn off the IRF. All right.
No need to sugarcoat it at all. No need to sugarcoat it. We are not going to have election in 2027. If you ever have it, nobody can defeat Tinubu the way we are today. I don't know tomorrow. As of today, nobody can defeat President Tinubu because he's in control of almost 31 governors, and they all have allocations to dispense to the people, to INEC, to DSS, to police. Is that not true? If President Tinubu were to just exercise the utmost wisdom of a statesman, 4 years is enough for him to be president. He has done enough. He has achieved his economic reform. So, political reform is now the front burner of the agenda. We can't continue the way we are now with 100 million naira form to run for office. So there is a program that will terminate in October 1, a civilian program, a civil society effort. We just pray and wish that President Tinubu can look in our direction.
You want President Tinubu to look in your direction? Really? After having this defeated mindset that President Tinubu cannot lose, according to you, and of course you also admit that the people are hungry under the administration of President Tinubu. You agree, you know that people are hungry under his administration. You admit, you concede, but yet you still want him to look in your direction in order to facilitate an effort that is supposed to remove him from office. We are not serious in this country. We are not serious, and we should begin to get serious. It's important that otherwise, it is just, there's no point. There's no point. And anybody that disagree with me that we are not serious. It's because you never hear waiting your people they talk. Of course, but we would bring you up to speed with what our people have been saying across board. And we're not going to do a pre-recorded something. We are going to even do it live. Listen to them live and direct. Live and direct. And here is what our people have to say. Talk power first and governance later. Talk power first. That is a space that is going on right now. A space that is going on, a particular discussion, a forum that's currently ongoing. We will take listen to it, and of course, you will now see the level of orientation of the Nigerian people. The level of orientation of the Nigerian people. The level of orientation of the Nigerian people is astonishing. All right, and of course, it needs so much. We have to look into it thoroughly. All right, otherwise, we will have a very myopic understanding of our people's mindset. Let's take a listen, shall we?
Is good governance subjective? Yes, it is subjective. There is nobody that will get a job in this Tinubu's new Badagry seaports that will tell you that he's not seeing good governance from Tinubu.
Imagine.
Somebody mentioned, I think it was Malamezi that mentioned the road here. People that are going to fly Lagos to Sokoto or Badagry to Sokoto would not tell you that they are not benefiting from good governance. So it is subjective. They are seeing good governance. Me, that is where I'm staying, I'm not seeing good governance. So that is what I even think we should be attacking as of today. The idea of bringing back this conversation every time, I think is actually ruining things more than it's even adjusting things. In fact, if you want to see what I'm saying, Dr. AI hosted a space last week where he was talking about Tinubu's policies. And you need to see Buharists that are now in the ADC actually tackling their former colleagues of the APC. Actually tackling their former colleagues in the APC about Tinubu's economic policies.
Concentrate, Madago, concentrate.
I'm coming.
The speaker seems to have a toddler, just like myself, and that can be very distracting. But well, you can see that our people are talking about concentrating on good governance. But of course,
Go ahead.
the host seems to be more of a talk power first person. Talk power first. Enter the government first. Carry out every machination.
Go ahead. I'm coming back.
Carry out.
Dos Santos, go ahead now.
Carry out every machination to get you into power first. Then you now begin to talk about good governance. Is that how it should be? All right. Is that how it should be? And of course, talking about power. Talking about power, you'll now be left with another question of whether or not you want to give the power to the right persons, or you just want to give it to anybody whatsoever that you think constitutes a major resistance against Tinubu, even though those that you are considering might also be potentially dangerous for Nigerians because of their track record. You don't mind. So talk power first, according to Nigerian people, is give the power to whoever is available. That is also very popular.
Beginning to concede.
All right.
Lower down our tune. So, and I like that we are realizing that it's not really hate. For instance, somebody in Atiku camp or in obedient camp believe that Atiku is the reason why Obi is finding his way to the presidency very difficult, because Atiku is standing as a barrier, maybe especially in party politics, or Atiku want to contest, as a tone of the South. So the hate, maybe if it is hate, is actually stemming from there. For instance, if Atiku say, "Oh, I'm not contesting," oh, Obi should come and contest, I will back him. The same obedient that was insulting Atiku will now start to hail him. So, and likewise, an Atiku person believe that the best way to defeat Tinubu is for Atiku and Obi to unite together, because these are the most strongest camps in the coalition, to unite together and defeat Tinubu. In that case, both of them helps each other to realize their dreams. Whatever they have in mind to do for Nigeria, at least we now benefit from the two. So you see that if that fails, or if Obi goes to contest in another platform as a third force, an articulate belief Obi is not doing the right thing. So he might say one or two things that could be offensive, or that an obedient will feel offended of. So we must treat these things not as hate against each other, but as interest. Everybody has his own interest. So, and it appears it is clashing. So gradually we are becoming one. So that even when we disagree, our disagreement should not be as though we are enemies, or people that can never have a cause together. So, and I believe that, for instance, I'm among articulates. So I believe when you say somebody should step down and support you, most times it is better if the person has power. If I have power today and my friend wins from Southeast, want to run for government, and I want to support him and the president, I have advantage to pull out every strength using government advantage and performance. So because when we calculate election, we that has prevailed over the years during voting. So we look at demography, we look at the strength of any ticket that we want to produce. So sometimes all our takes are born out of desire that first defeat Tinubu. That's very important. And secondly, that we expect a better performance from any of the guys in the coalition. We believe coalition will give us a better government. So, but actually the strategy to get power is more important, because people without power are just aggressors. People just produce people with anger and all sorts of things. So whenever we see reactions across some certain quarters, it's actually because somebody feels he is not even respected. He is not even seen as a citizen. So why should he, pledge allegiance to a country that treats him like an animal, like a cow? So all those factors have been things that triggered a lot of, anger and so many reactions that we see in our conversations. But please, in as much as once in a while, person they go off point to cast aspersions on others, but on a general note, let's see it as an effort. Everybody is just bringing his own way, is coming with his own way. He think the coalition should face the opposition, the power, the government. There is no hate.
Now, the question that you now begin to ask is, what sort of coalition are we talking about here? All right, what sort of coalition is this gentleman referring to? Is it the coalition of these people, the coalition of the establishment politicians, all right, or the coalition of these people, the oppressed? Are we talking about a coalition of the oppressed people that really do want real change, all right, or the coalition of the established parasitic politicians? And this gentleman, basically insinuating that this set of people should be supported. The politicians that are falling off from the establishment major political platforms coming together to really constitute a force to challenge their boss, basically. To challenge their boss. Is that the kind of coalition that we are talking about here? It's very important that we strike out these differences. We have to strike out this. We have to make this. We have to expatiate on it. Do we want a coalition of people that are the Nigerian people that really want to say enough is enough? All right, the coalition of the oppressed ordinary Nigerians. Is that what this young man is referring to? Or the coalition of the establishment politicians? Let's make this distinction, because it is in making the distinction that we know what we are talking about. All right, let's strike that distinction. All right, is it the coalition, of ordinary people that say, well, we want to support, our very own this time around, the individual that is not a politician, that can challenge you can see, are we talking about this current coalition that is here? All right, these very people that are agitating now, is that the kind of coalition that young man in the space was talking about? All right, this coalition of the oppressed people in Nigeria, or the coalition of establishment politicians. So there needs to be a differentiation in all of this thing moving forward. Thank you so much.
They are just like Tinubu. Their heart is full of hate and malice. So please, let's eliminate that demon.
Because your network is bad, we don't even finish the net, please. Come, can you hear me?
So we are talking about why our people are obsessed with parasitic.
Okay, so I think I'm done. Somebody can take it from here. Thank you.
Establishment parasitic politicians or polilooters. Should we be attached to them, or we should form our own, very own coalition of the oppressed people in Nigeria? All right, the coalition of the oppressed. Very, very important.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, oh boy, go ahead then.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anyway, I just don't want to dignify the topic itself. You just have to understand what Nigeria is. You have to get power. Whatever power you use for the right reasons. So Nigeria is a very interesting society. You have to understand that even though you don't even know to use the power for anything, let it reside around you so that you can actually be able to have influence on one thing or the other.
Did you hear what this gentleman is saying? Just retain the power. Retain the power. It doesn't really matter whether or not the power will be used for good or for wrong. Just have access to the power. What a mindset. What kind of a mindset is this? All right, what kind of a mindset is this? And it is quite interesting that people will have this kind of mindset. It is very, very interesting. And of course, how long do we continue to have that mentality of just grabbing power and not knowing what to do with it, or not caring those that we are really handing over the power to? Very important.
Infringement that it is because of security reasons, and that's enough to allay it. Yeah, thank you so much, comrade. I'm enjoying the discussion here. Mr. Dos Santos can continue.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Abba.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, greetings, everyone. Malam Ogun, so good to see you. Yeah, it's been long. Comrade, thank you for inviting me. Ivory, my madam, You have said it all. You were one of those that pushed me for this. They laugh. You know, you started it. You compared me. I don't know the kind of juju way you use. You compared me. You pushed me to these movements. Yeah, because before I keep saying it that articulate and obedience is difficult for them to come back. Right from 2022, that fight has been there because I was one of those that wanted those two together because of Southwest.
You know, this is an average Nigerian saying that he wants the marriage of Atiku and Obi to remain together and is ready to support, you know, he's drifting towards Atiku more than Obi, but at least he said he will prefer these two to work together. And of course, it highlights the topic before us, the weird obsession with the parasitic Polilooters. Why are we so tight? They swear give us that it has to be, you know, it either have to be these current politicians or nobody else. That we cannot even say, okay, me, I won't even surrender myself to lead the oppressed people. And of course, the total relegation of the freedom fighters, the liberation fighters in Nigeria is also a thing of concern. Especially the freedom fighters that are ready to step on toes and have even politicized their activity. That, well, beyond the activism, I am submitting myself based on years of resistance, of oppression. Dear Nigerians, give me a chance to lead. And we all know who I'm talking about. And I know you have to mention names. But, well, are we really serious as a people to pay attention to some other ordinary Nigerian people that really want to serve and not just loot and sink the country economically and politically? This is a very big question. Let's keep taking a listen.
I'm able to see unity because Southwest, they like play politics with the North. Why Southeast are always together, right? Even in the voting system, you can see it clearly, right? That's how it has been. But Tinubu is trying to form that alliance with the South, Southeast, and Southwest just for his selfish ambition. So for someone that has been pushing for the Southeast, and I keep saying this since 2022, where they say, oh, PDP should zone the ticket to the South. I keep saying it. Which of the South? Which of the South? Because I've been saying it that Wike has been the problem. Wike has been the problem. It came from a zone that have produced presidency and vice president in Nigeria, right? And Tinubu too has been the problem because each region has governed for it.
All right, from the standpoint of this gentleman, is about rotational leadership. Rotational leadership. And we have, you know, let me stand up, I beg. We have so many, you know, you have so much a detailed record, all right, of this sort of, you know, turn by turn leadership, turn by turn. And has it really worked for us as a people? That is the question I would like to ask. Has it really, this turn by turn leadership, how well has it really worked for us as a people? How well? It is the turn of the South, turn of the East, turn of the Bayelsa, turn of the Southeast, turn of the North, turn of the Yoruba, turn of the Ibibio, turn of the Edo. Has it really produced good governance for us as a people? Has it really produced good governance for us? Or we are just joking? And how long do we want to keep messing around? And I'm about to read the comments of the African Wala. Thank you so much, African Wala, for joining and always participating. And it's not as hard as, if you know you cannot join, as just like the African Wala, drop a comment. All right, your comment will be displayed on the screen. I will read it to the hearing of everybody. Under this government system and the current generic behavior of most of the victims of Nigeria, Tinubu will win, in quote, unless the people can organize and overwhelm the corrupt APC. That is it. Unless the people can organize and overwhelm the corrupt APC. That overwhelming organization has to be very solid and strong. It has to be what? Very solid and strong under an ideological political platform. Under an ideological political platform. A platform that is designed for the oppressed mass. Ask yourself, among all of the platforms, which of the political platform in Nigeria is really pro-people? And how do you know a platform is pro-people? It starts from how much you have to pay, how rich you have to be for you to be able to qualify to actually buy or purchase nomination forms or even carry the party's flag. How rich do you have to be? What are the requirements? Is having money a major requirement, or having the orientation to serve the Nigerian people? Let's take, for instance, APC. In the last election, APC actually, really took 100 million. 100 million? Taking 100 million as presidential form, is actually something that is quite a thing. All right? $100 million is not for, it has already been shown that this is for big men. No. This is for big men. Nothing for big man alone. It's for big men alone. 100 million form. If you know if you afford 100 million, pack one side. You are not, you are not fit. You are not fit to govern. You are not fit to serve. If you don't have 100 million in your account, as far as APC is concerned, you are not supposed to even aspire. But how much does it take in parties like AAC? Go and make your research. A party where you don't have to have that much. You don't even have you don't have to have a fraction of that for you to really aspire for office. If you are solid ideologically, you will run for office, both as a president, as a governor, as a chairman, as a councillor. In fact, in many cases, the forms are absolutely free. And if you are supposed to even pay anything based on our investigation about the AAC party, you don't have to pay just a token. Just your due, party dues, is sufficient enough for you to be able to run for office. And of course, you've got to have a thorough understanding of the party's ideology. That's all you need. But look at all of that so-called political platforms and how much you have to pay. And of course, how you can basically jump out of nowhere and just pick up the ticket because you have more money. We saw how that played out in LP. That Mr. Peter Obi just left PDP, jumped into LP, and the party ticket was given to him just like that. Is that how we want things to work out? Is that how we want to run our politics in Nigeria? Then I would leave you to ask that question. All right? I would leave you to ask that question yourself. Is this how we want our politics to be? Saturated with just money, and money. That if you are not a rich man, forget about politics in Nigeria. But of course, we all know that indeed not all political parties that does that. So away from political parties, let's continue with the discussion that we are listening to on X. It's not been easy sitting down, so that is why I just had to stand up for some minutes. So yeah, let's take a listen.
Kick out Tinubu. We should not be playing the games of the APC. We know what they are capable of doing. And we know that if Tinubu wins 2027, right? Mind you, he has promised Southeast leaders vice presidency 2031. And he has also promised South, that same vice presidency 2031. You understand what I'm saying? He has promised them. That's why he can give Wike all those freedom to be misbehaving. That's why Akpabio can be doing rubbish in the Senate just to impress Tinubu. You understand what I'm saying? That's why somebody like Okowa can betray Atiku just to join APC. You get me? There are a lot of them. Even what's it called? Adams Uchomele and in governor, right? These are the things that Tinubu has been doing. And he has also promised North Central vice presidency. He keeps promising different people. He has promised North Central that they will deputize him in 2027. And I believe some of you must have seen a report from Instablog where they said Bishop Kuka, Dogara, what's it called? This guy for Plateau State, the governor of Plateau State, and one other person might deputize. Christopher Musa might deputize Tinubu. You see, so the man is just deceiving people just to push his agenda to win 2027. You understand what I'm saying? Because he doesn't even give a damn about the unity of Nigeria. You see, so when people are saying Tudo is from Benue State. If Tinubu promised VP to North Central in 2027, I swear to God who made me, Tudo will join APC. If Tinubu gave their ticket to if Tinubu give their his VP slot to Reverend Father Elias, Tudo will support APC, whether you like it or not. Everybody knows what is going on between Nigeria and American governments, right? So a lot of people are feeling like Donald Trump might put pressure on Tinubu to change his VP candidacy. So Tinubu might also want to impress Donald Trump and put Unwafada.
All of this permutation. All of this permutation. The reason why we are doing this is because, number one, if we go to this platform, they already give us a voice to speak. They'll most likely shut us up, and because they have an agenda, really. So we prefer to do this, listen along, commentary, live commentary like this, so that we can actually have the freedom to interject and really iron out some of these takes, some of this propaganda, really, let's face it, in real time. But before I do that, I can see comments of the African Wahala. That turn-by-turn system is like going round and round in circles towards no destination. Yes, it is true. Going round and round in circles without any destination. We have experimented this before. Turn by turn politics is not new to us. All right? Turn by turn politics is not new to us as Nigerians. Do we still want to keep doing it, or we want to be concerned about who will become the next revolutionary leader that can really step on toes and put systems in place that takes the hand of Polilooters from the cookie jar in Nigeria, removing their hands from the people's resources. Because let's face it, that is the problem that we are having. Do we have any other problems in Nigeria? Apart from some big men who call themselves politicians trying to have access to our common wealth. Trying to have access to our common resources. And they are by and large been rotating themselves in this whole regard. They have been doing what? Rotating themselves. they have been passing the rotation from one person to another. Do we want to keep up? Do you want to keep up with that that kind of situation, or we really want to really do something quite different by giving the power to a revolutionary this time around? Giving the power to the revolutionary this time around is important. Is as important as every process of the way. It is very important. Let's keep listening.
Northwest, that will be 18 years presidency. So we as followers, we need to be strategic. We also need to do our calculations right. Because that is what Alex Ekweme believed. He believed that power should be rotated among the 6 geopolitical zones.
Okay.
Even before these 6 geopolitical zones, we had Northern Nigeria, Western Nigeria, and Eastern Nigeria.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Northern Nigeria, Western Nigeria, and Eastern Nigeria. And that's where the South came out from, Eastern Nigeria, right? That's why since then we have always been together, South, Southeast. But our politicians, they want to divide us. For me, like I said, I'm in support of Southeast presidency. But please, let us play that politics to the north. Check out the numbers. Check out the demography so that we will win elections. And in case you guys do not know, there are a lot of people watching. I will end up watching the articulate and the obedient. If we are together, you will see someone like Ima. Ima will join us because Ima has been watching us, to see if we will be united. There are a lot of people like that are watching the articulate and the obedient. And I keep saying this, that see all these things are online. Offline, Southeast leaders have already aligned with the North. And the best person to align with is Atiku because of his long-time relationship with the Southeast, with the Igbo people. He was a custom officer, as a custom officer, you know how the Igbos are with importation of goods and exportation, whatever, with business. So there's no way Atiku have not made friends with the Southeast. He celebrated Christmas with them. The same thing Tambuwa is currently doing with Emeka Iyejua. That's what Atiku has been doing long time ago.
Interesting.
So most of the people around Atiku are Southeasterners.
Wow.
Senator Benobi, what's it called? A lot of them.
Interesting.
The former governor of Enugu State, Ozekwesili Nwodo, and the rest of them.
Really?
Sam Egu, right?
Even the people that work directly with him.
Yes, the Atiku physician is an Igbo man. It's an Igbo man. You get what I'm saying? So Atiku has always been friends to the South.
It boils down to politics. It boils down to ethnicity and tribe. This is what we have relegated our politics to in Nigeria: tribalism. All right, and of course, playing tribalism with everything. And Atiku's doctor is Igbo. Atiku has always been a friend of Igbo. When he was a custom officer, Atiku did. These people would never mention some of the atrocities. Some of the what? Some of the atrocities of Mr. Atiku Abubakar. All right. Many evidence points to the fact that when he was the vice president, he actually supervised the sale of national assets at giveaway prices. This individual would not highlight this for the public to hear. As far as he is concerned, that doesn't matter. All right, and of course that sets a very strong red flag that if this person comes to power again as a president, and he has also said that he's going to empower and enrich his friends, and I'm sure this very person that is here is not his friend. He's at best his pets. We just throw food. Take this 2 million, 3 million. Go and scatter their head on social media. Go and disrupt and sell our candidacy there. All right. And it's worthy to note that this is what we talk about: obsession, weird obsession, This is what we talk about. When we talk about obsession, now the thing we would refer to be this in real time.
He as in he can eat the liver.
No, he wants unity. He has always wanted unity. Articulate and obedient before he will join. That's what me too I wanted before, right? But I joined it to start preaching for unity. So Ima, please you to join.
So unity, as far as these people are concerned, is when the oppressed. Now, these same very people that will be complaining about bad governance, so bear in mind, they are the ones that will be talking about lack of qualitative infrastructure. Education is in a mess, many things are in a mess right now in Nigeria. Let's face it. Let's face it, across board, both our healthcare, education, even the quality of life. As poor as I am, if I show you my phone, how many people are asking me for money. As poor as I am, just to tell you the level of suffering that people are, and these are people that have work. Some of them even have a paid job, but what's today's date? So on the 20th, salary don't finish. Salary has disappeared, and it's not rocket science. Somebody's being paid 70,000 naira now, and they have to go to the place of work, and you have to spend about 30K on transport. How much the person won't take job, and he get children. And of course, if you refuse to do that job, some other people will take it just to survive. So the job, you have to do the job. And me too, we say I just me say I they survive. I'm not even thriving. I'm not even close to thriving. Now survive. And yet we'll have people like this who even lives abroad. They have escaped, most likely by the help of those that they are selling now. Atiku has helped them to escape Nigeria, and they feel the whole Atiku that favor to sell Atiku to the ordinary Nigerians, and many people on this space would also become deceived. And it is the reason why we also have to have our own platform. We have to go and seek every means where we can bring people in and educate people in real time. The level of propaganda is terrible. And now we are 84 across board. We are 84 souls under this broadcast listening to wholesome political education. Wholesome political education to reprogram the mindset of the people. And if you are here, you are tuning to this live, and you have not shared, you have not commented, you have not reposted, you are even not subscribed to our channel, all right? You're not subscribed to us, you don't follow us, then what are we talking about? How do you want to help us grow? How do you think we are going to grow? And how do we push this message to all our sundry? How do we get this message to everybody? And you are the ones that will be complaining that there are no political education. People are not being educated. This is education right here now. Are you willing to propagate it? This is your assignment. You like, you share, you comment, you repost, you subscribe, you follow. And this does not even cost you any money. It is free. And you just want to sit and enjoy the content, and of course learn from the content, but you don't want to really participate in growing the platform. We have ourselves to blame, all right? We will have ourselves to blame. If you just to tap on the screen and like and share and comment, oh yeah, you're doing a good job, I think you have a point, I agree with you, even if that is what you have to say in the comment section, you are already sending signal to the algorithm that activities are going on here and political education is going on here for people to come and listen to and learn. And of course, you are also positioning the people to make a well-informed choice at the ballot. It's as simple as that. Let's keep taking a listen.
The way these guys talk, the way people talk, they don't even refer to Tinubu that way. And you begin to ask yourself, is there an underlying problem that we don't know? That is all I'm saying. So make we upgrade ourselves, our attitude, and everything that we do moving forward, so that people will not come and mock us. We cannot be in a coalition and every day we are at each other's neck. You know, but thank God that you people have been, maybe I don't know where that person, you know, I think I said this somewhere yesterday, that it will be a coalition of North and a Southeast. Put it that way. If we come, Atiku come, whoever comes, it will let people be happy. Come wake up in the morning and tell somebody.
What of the people that are insulting Atiku every day? Like what?
I am addressing issue. You see, because it's coming to you. If you were here earlier, I will address the people that address insult Atiku. So if you got to you have to take it.
Want to
my
fight
point
people
is,
on behalf of Atiku.
when people come out and start telling somebody's candidate that they was believe that they won the election because that's why Obi went to court, and then you just suddenly tell him that he should be your vice and that should be the way it should be. That is the only way. I mean, the person will feel insulted. There are better ways of saying this thing. And this is why, and it goes down even to obedience to Atiku supporters. And it goes down to where I'm saying that let's moderate the words that come out of our mouth, particularly when it has something to do with ABC. I can have problem with among coalition people, but they have problem with you. You can form an disagreement in my space, and then you open space, you start attacking Obi or you start attacking Atiku, and you call it a strategy. It's nonsense. And people should outgrow that thing. That's all I'm saying here. Many people are doing this thing here. You have issue with.
You can see how vehement these guys are. They are so vehement. They are so. They don't joke with any form of insult against their preferred obsessed Polilooters. They don't want to joke about it. All right? They are very interested in, pushing the candidacy, making sure that they elevate the relevance of their favorite Nigerian oppressors. The ones that would most likely give them a gift on their birthday. And not just that, rub their hands with monthly, goodies. Even though the very person doing that has committed some of the gravest offense against Nigeria, they don't mind. They don't have any issue. I don't have any issue with giving gifts. All right, I don't have any. People give me gifts. People even. This platform is being sponsored by conscientious Nigerians. StreamYard is not free. Microphone on my hand is if I tell you the price, is worth 65,000 naira. Everything that we do, the laptop we use is within the realms of 500,000. Whatever we are doing here is sponsored, but who are those sponsoring it? Are they conscientious Nigerians, or perhaps the criminals that has ruined the lives of Nigerians? So after they must have ruined the lives of Nigerians, they now turn to you and empower you, give you money, give you goodies. You think you now owe them to fight on their behalf on social media. That is what we are talking about. That is exactly what we are talking about.
People saying this, you come and listen to this one saying it's Atiku or nothing, it will be or nothing, it's only online. I've never heard this thing in the meeting. I've attended more than 5 meetings. And see, I'm not here to tell our brothers from the south what to do. You guys can do whatever you want to do. But what people will not, people like me, you cannot come here and preach unity when in your page you are attacking Obi. In fact, you hate
exactly
Obi.
The same thing,
You can't come and preach unity
basically
when in your page
forming a defense support
And
their
you need to be
favorite
saying they have to come together, but they are already
establishment
together in the same
parasitic
party.
politicians.
They
That
are
was
already together.
yeah.
What you need to do is allow
And
people
of
sell
course, we are now
their candidates.
85 across board.
You cannot be
Thank you
telling
for
people that
joining
your
us
candidate must be vice.
on all platforms. We are
It's
streaming on
insulting.
about 5 platforms
People that
right
work their
now.
hearts out in the last election,
So
you cannot
it's
come
nice
and
to
tell them.
have
All you
us
have to
join
do is continue
this
to
platform.
sell your own candidate.
Thank you so much.
When it's time after the primary,
This
because
is
it's not
Nigerian
time for the
Chats,
primary,
Civic
everybody
Space and Movement
can sell their
Radio
candidates
platform.
now.
A
You cannot tell
political
people that
platform
you must,
dedicated
your
to
candidate must
educating
be
our
vice.
people about the
When
recent
you are not
political
done with primary
developments,
yet.
and we want to do
It's
this
after the
to
primary,
the best
everybody
of
will now
our
come
knowledge
together and rally around the winner.
consistently. Yeah.
Now people can preach their candidates. They can tell their candidates. You don't have to tell them, or when you host your own space, if people come and tell you that their candidate is Obi, you tell them to shut up, you mute them, you kick them out of the space, and you are here preaching unity. Come on. You are insincere yourself. Or you cannot be a hater of Obi or Atiku, and you are here saying that people must be, people must be peaceful. You can't do that. Because you lost the moral to do that. When you are all over your space, on your timeline, insulting the candidate. Anyone that is not supporting your own, you insult the person. Or in fact, you that you do from Adama, you cannot come here and come and say you must support Atiku because you already know where you're standing. It's people like us that our brother is there now that we can say, okay, let's support somebody else. But you cannot be a no supporter of Atiku and you are here saying that Obi must be fine.
Supporting somebody else. Who are we supporting as Nigerian people? Somebody else in terms of what? In terms of similarities with all these usual people, these usual established politicians, or somebody else in terms of bringing revolutionary rhetoric into the mix of things. All right? Is that what we are looking at here? Revolutionary somebody else, or the usual establishment, politicians like the ones we are looking at on the screen here. That distinction is very, very important for us to note. And of course, our recommendation is very, very simple. All right. And this is not, we are not imposing it on anybody. All right. It's on a take it or leave it basis. A take it or leave it basis. All right. If you disagree with us, yes, if you have a basis of disagreeing with us, we would respect that disagreement. And you have to prove it to us why you disagree with us that we are recommending a revolutionary, candidate for the Nigerian people moving forward. Why are you against a revolutionary, candidate? Why? Why do you think we should stand against a revolutionary candidacy? Why? Does it really make sense for us as a people to stand against a revolutionary candidate like the one you are looking at the screen? I just have to flash it for a couple of seconds. All right. Do you know this person? Well, disagree with us in the comment section, or perhaps even come. We have posted the referral link. I think I will have to post it again on all platforms, especially on YouTube. Join us and let's have this discussion, because this is a very huge discussion.
Hate. You are full of hate. That's why you are doing what you are doing. And just hold on 1 second. I came up here. I said that we were pushing this thing. We are no longer pushing it. Shut up your mouth. I said we were pushing something. We were.
Okay. Harry, hold on.
To unite, like let everybody come together. But you still came here to is that hate that will bend you? Is that hate that you have that will bend you? Your father, your own mother, your father, your mother, your mother. My voice is louder than your own. Your father and your mother, your father and your mother. You brought your parents into this.
Can you see how people they will usually fight? All right, they don't mind fighting and abusing themselves just because of Atiku and Obi, establishment politicians. They are so obsessed with the establishing politicians that they'll fight tooth and nail to preserve the legacy and to preserve the popularity and the influence of the establishment politics. It's a very weird obsession. It defies logic that our people are this obsessed with the oppressors. All right? The very same people responsible for the economic hiccups. All right? Do you know the level of economic tentacles and how, do you understand what it means to sell a government asset at giveaway prices, just like Atiku did? Do you understand what it means putting the state resources in a bank that you have interest, and somehow the interest of that money finds its way into your own pockets, just like Mr. Peter Obi did in Anambra State? Do you know what it means by serving as the Attorney General of the Federation, and you are now found wanting to have in your possession over 210 billion naira worth of properties? These are the members of the coalition, and these are the people that our people kill themselves over on social media, abuse their fathers and their mothers.
You guys must have enjoyed yourself at this point, so let's leave it like that.
Shameful.
Okay, let's move on.
Very shameful.
But if you come up here to move on from that
now. Avery, no vex.
Our numbers are doing well. We are now 91 people across all.
Can I proceed?
About 5 major platforms. This is what we do here. We educate the people. We bring the sort of political education to the people so that they are positioned to make an informed choice. They are positioned to do what? Make an informed choice at the ballot and in every areas of their life politically. You are not going through hardship just because God hates you, or some extraterrestrial entities just do not like your existence. No, you are going through hardship because you are in a country where everything is orchestrated against the poor, and you cannot gain leverage. You cannot escape the matrix. Gaining leverage means that you are either in support or you have kowtow to the whims and caprices of your oppressors. And that is why when you see people being obsessed and fighting tooth and nail for these oppressed, these Polilooters, they are doing that for their own selfish interests. I must say, selfish interest. Very, very important to note. All right. So it's nice to have everybody, about 91 of us now, join this very discussion. And based on the news that is available to us, we got hold of a particular soundbite where the Minister of Interior stormed into one of the government buildings where people are registering unscheduled, and is basically raging, saying you are wasting people's precious time. Of course, across board, even both at the NIN office, at the FRSC, when people want to collect driver's license, there's so much corruption and impunity, bottlenecks, call them any name, in all of these government, establishments. I never still collect my NIN, and I know I'm not the only one experiencing this. And after I have gone to their office severally, you get it, they say there's no internet. Today they say they are not on seat. Tomorrow they say you have to come back for recapturing. Next tomorrow they say you should bring 3,000 naira to buy fuel. So many things are very wrong. Wasting people's precious time, and it's very, very unfortunate. Very, very what? This is the reality of Nigeria for you, ladies and gentlemen. So let's it's very good that we want to take a listen, to what is happening. And of course, we can see many other spaces going on, Makoko and other demolitions, facts and fiction. All right. And of course, there's also a revolutionary space going on. Fela no Biona, Papa Mate. Yeah. So many spaces going on at the same time. And of course, we want to engage with as much people as possible that are very much interested in the political development in Nigeria, because politics is everything. Let's face it. Politics is what? Everything. Let's keep listening to this, arguably misguided Nigerian people.
Something that this guy accused us of. When he said that if obedience come on our space to say their obedience and we want to talk about Obi, that we need them, that's not true. There was a day we even gave somebody the mic. Defend Obi without insulting Atiku. This person didn't have anything to say. They come on our space and they want us to keep.
So, yeah. It's all defending again and again and again. How long do we want to keep defending these established politicians? Really? How long? For how long? It is important that we note this and state it very clearly, without any, pretense. All right? So, let's face it. Do we really want change? Do we really want a revolutionary change? Or we just want theatrics? Theatrics just like always. Is that what we want? Or we want
you want to sell Obi,
real revolutionary change?
Send him up.
The space is basically
my timeline. He has been the one insulting me, and not once have I.
I will not just move on. Yeah. So it just it wants to speak itself. Yeah,
It's good work, comrade.
Go ahead then.
Yes. I just want to say, I don't intend to insult anybody, but I just want to say that when you look, they say the average IQ in Nigeria is 67. I'm tending towards believing that fact. It's shocking that we are still going around in circles discussing some of these issues. But if you look at the political landscape of Nigeria, over the past few years, it has become more and more interesting, especially when you consider that the way people play politics in the North is different from the way people play politics in the South, especially when it comes to national politics.
Really?
And why am I saying this?
Here's the cassette.
In the South, politics is mostly ethnic when it comes to the national sphere.
In the North,
politics is religious.
Really?
Mostly religious. And that's a fact.
Wow.
And that's why you can have somebody like Yaradua comes from Katsina, became the president, and they were still able to support someone like Buhari from the same state. And if somebody from Katsina comes again in the next election, and Atiku is not there, they will still support him because politics in the North is religious. Politics in the South is ethnic. So with that information, I would like people to think, what is the pathway to winning an election in Nigeria?
Politics is religious in the North. That is a revelation. That is quite interesting. While in the South, politics is ethnic. That is deep. And how can we break free from this kind of thing? And you have intelligentsias who should be able to break free and said, no, this is an abnormality. This is an abnormality that shouldn't be existing in 2026. That we are at the mercy of religious zealots, that whomever they recommend for the people to vote for is who they are going to vote for. And we are at the mercy of ethnic interests, that whomever they tell the people to vote for is whom they are going to vote. No matter how terrible the character, the orientation, and even the blueprint of the individual is, we are really at the mercy of whatever the religious leader says, or whatever the ethnic traditional rulers says. So what are we talking about? And it is the validation of what we have been saying on this platform, that Nigerian politics needs healing. Nigerian politics needs healing. This is not how we should be playing politics in Nigeria. And of course, this is not how to play politics. This is not how to play politics. This is an abnormality. Anomaly. This is an anomaly. This is not how to play politics. Let us face it square and square. Religion and ethnicity is not how to build a nation. You build a nation by policies and political goodwill, political will to serve, to provide services to the people. That is how to govern a society.
Obi is a kind of a different fresh air. The fact that there's just one reason, and one reason alone. It speaks the language I understand. Things like HDI, solving our basic problems, and talking about the fact that nobody has been able to pin one corruption allegation against it. That is just it. I'm not here to disparage Atiku. I'm not here to disparage any person. So, that's why I support him. But I think I'll urge us all to think about who is the first person.
Talking about Obi, this person says he's supporting Obi because what he has been able to do in terms of HG high. Of course, for the people that don't know what HDI, Human Development Index. So you now begin to ask, what was the HG high in Anambra State when he was governor? Go make your research. As at the time he took over office, the poverty index in Anambra State was less than 40%. By the time he left office, poverty index in the Anambra State was over 50%. Over 50%. Go and fact check and get back to us whether or not we are lying. And this is the person that this person speaking grammar says that he wants to support based on what he has done in HDI. Propaganda. How long are we going to keep feeding people with propaganda? Supporting establishment politicians and being obsessed about the establishment politicians. How long are we going to keep pushing it or missing the mark and making mistake and complaining later and crying? People are already crying now because of their decision to support Tinubu, because according to them, he's an economic juggernaut. They said he's an economic juggernaut. They said he has experience in the economy. He will stabilize the economy. Look at what he has done in Lagos. He will replicate the same. Has he not replicated the same thing that he has done in Lagos? The tax regime that he was able to institutionalize in Lagos, where private foreign alien organization is now in charge of, the revenue collection in Lagos. And many rumors have it that is one of the co-founders or even the founder of that particular private agency that makes close to like $10 million as revenue just because they are handling the revenue of Lagos State. And now he's replicating the same thing at national level, outsourcing it to the French government. And of course, don't talk about the relevant projects here and there being given to his friends without competitive bidding. Now that one, these are the people that you worship. You'll now be wondering why Nigeria is the way it is. You'll be wondering why Nigerians are hungry. You're wondering why our infrastructures are not qualitative. You are wondering why there are so much insecurity in the land. You are wondering why there are no emergency services. You are wondering why education is poor. That our education is nothing to write home about. So why do you worry? Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? That is the question to ask. Why are you surprised? When you are the one giving power to all these politicians, you are the ones empowering them. You are the ones giving them all of the necessary ginger. You are the one giving them the popularity to keep on doing what they are doing. Popularity. They don't have popularity just from the blues. You are the one popularizing them. And their record speaks for itself.
Good evening. Can you people hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Madam Azu and Dos Santos. Yeah, these are my people that I know. I just want to I want to talk to Madam Azu because what she just did and some spaces she will just be telling them telling these people about
Oga, just focus on the topic. You are not her advisor. Yeah, you understand. So just talk on the topic now.
Okay. So
you two people don't settle. You won't come agitate one of them.
No. On the topic here is that power first before good governance, and that's right. You get the power first because you can't reward morality in a society that you don't have power. Because you can have the philosophy of the governance, but if you don't have the power, actually you can't exhibit anything to people. So if anyone that will say maybe good governance before power, I don't know how that's work. I don't know. Actually, I don't know because that's the philosophy of even in any governance. Because most people that
they are saying there's no way you can facilitate good governance without being in power. Is it true? Is this true? I'm curious. Please engage the comment section. I'm going to see it across all platforms. Even if you have to comment on Facebook, comment on our YouTube, comment on even on X, I am going to see your comments live and direct. All right. And even if you want to come and speak, kindly let us know. We have dropped the streaming link. All right, where you can actually join us in the studio and engage us. But what my question is the fact that is it really true that you cannot facilitate good governance without being in power? That you cannot let me play this thing again because it's a very stupid comment.
Very stupid.
Yes.
You are very stupid.
Yes, because you can basically use your own power. You can use your own as a citizen, as a rightful citizen of a country. You can pressure the government see, even as terrible as Tinubu government is, we can pressure Tinubu to do whatever we want without even necessarily removing him from office. And whoever is in government, for that matter. Let me give you a typical example. Yele Sowore. If you don't know who Yele Sowore is, this is Yele Sowore. You must have seen this individual. All right? Facilitated through just only him. And of course, the solidarity involvement of Dambelo. He facilitated the increment or perhaps the promotion, that is the word to use, the promotion of over 30,000 police officers just by pressuring Tinubu's government and the so-called illegal IGP to do the right thing. He also facilitated the speedy implementation of the minimum wage for the NYSC Youth Corps. People that are serving after graduating from school, they are now being paid over 70,000 naira. It is nothing. It is peanuts. But at least they were paid 30,000 naira before. But this individual facilitated. So, and he's not even in government. Dambelo is not in government. Sowore is not in government. But they were able to facilitate good governance. So I disagree very much respectfully with this old this old take that there's no way you can facilitate good governance unless you are in power. Only power grabbers make this kind of statement. Only what? Only those that want to grab power makes this kind of statement. You can actually facilitate good governance without being in office. That is what distinguishes power grabbers from those that really want to serve the people. Let's keep listening.
Winners discuss power first.
Imagine.
And losers discuss good governance first.
Can you imagine?
What's the difference?
Can you imagine?
Who is this philosopher?
Can you imagine? Let me play this.
Well, at this point, I'll use the back now. The ovation is still high.
Eh?
God, so anyway, it was a nice space anyway. I hope we'll have more of this kind of space where we'll just drop our differences and move on. If not for anything, just to shame Tinubu for the sake of Tinubu.
Oh yes. Welcome back.
Because he dwell all his political ideology all along back in the days in Lagos is to put opposition in disarray.
Say losers discuss good governance first. The winners discuss power first. This is the level of, and of course, reading from a particular message that was given privately says, empty brains with loudest voice. Sowore also facilitated the movement of the police pension scheme away from PENCOM to an independent pension scheme, which the retired officers have been clamoring for. These are thousands of retired police officers. So you now tell me that you have to be in government first. You have to be in power before you can facilitate or ensure good governance. Huh? This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. And this is from a place of a defeated mindset, that should really, really have a very huge introspection. A defeated mind that should introspect. And these are the so-called movers and shakers. That is why we want to grow our platform. We don't want to populate these current intelligentsias. These are pseudo intelligentsias that we should not really pay attention to. We must really dissect whatever they are saying in real time, and they are saying a lot. You know, if you are on their platform, we have experimented this time, that number. You will not be given the mic if they recognize you that you are rebooting whatever it is that they are saying, that you are basically debunking their propaganda. The best that you can have is for them to give you a chance to speak for a few minutes. They can interject you, or even shut you down, or even kick you out of their space. So the best means of engaging these ones, these fools have taken light again. The best ways of engaging these ones is to have platforms like this to really engage them. All right, let's keep listening while I fix my lighting issue. They don't take
opportunity to do whatever they want to do in government, and as an opposition, our focus is supposed to face the government in power, not Atiku, Obi, Amechi. You understand? Our focus is supposed to be APC. They are in the ruling party, and we need to position ourselves to criticize them whenever they do something wrong. You understand? Let's take, for instance, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? He gave a foreigner, GCON, that I know he has not done anything for Nigeria at all. You understand? Coming up with different kind of propaganda, we need to counter them with those propaganda, right? That's our duty as an opposition. But if we are divided, we are actually giving them that opportunity to win over us, right? So as we get towards 2027, we need to be united. The articulators, the obedience, the Amechi people, Europa people, Kwankwasia. That is if they eventually join us, but that is if they join us, right? So we need to tread with caution. Let us be united. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
What is indeed unity? Unity. What is unity? Is unity about just, these guys have turned they have turned it to toys, basically. So what is unity in its essence? It's just blind support, blind loyal support for the establishment politicians. Is it blind loyal support, or perhaps the kind of support that has to do with orientation, all right, that has to do with the track record of those that are involved? Let's just keep taking a listen while I fix this thing.
I can just ignore. I hope my husband will keep teaching me. Anyway, like I always do to everybody here that felt disrespected. That was not my intention.
There is nothing wrong with doing bad things. There is absolutely nothing wrong.
I don't like it.
You don't do nobody is judging you. Just do your best goals.
It's not about being judged, but I don't like it. It's not something that I like. It makes me feel bad afterwards. I don't like it. So I apologize to everybody that had to see that. That's not.
Well, the space has crashed, or perhaps has ended. All right, there are other spaces that we can listen to. All right, and of course, it's nice having everybody here. We have been talking about the weird obsession with the parasitic class in Nigeria, the parasitic elites that many would consider Polilooters. All right, and of course, let's take a listen. So what is being discussed in other spaces across other platforms. All right, I think it would be a nice time for me to even check out what people have been saying across board. All right, there's a particular space that is discussing
asking whether it is possible to be
Makoko and other demolitions in Lagos. Makoko and other demolitions in Lagos. That is where we are right now.
They can take houses outside of the action area. But for those that are patient, you understand, they can take houses within. A typical example is Adeniji Adele. We found out that Adeniji Adele, even though all those houses are gone, there's really nothing we can do, because we started by removing phase 1.
and we have removed half. Those half, we had to rent houses for them. So we've been renting houses for them. Do you understand? And we are now asking ourselves, does it really make sense to continue to rent? Whereas, you know, the people who are in the rest of phase 1, it is phase 1 to phase 5, that, okay, if we also now demolish those ones and now go and put them and start renting houses for them, waiting to rebuild those houses, what will happen? We need to demolish the whole of phase 1 to phase 4 as I feel it, because the place is now, you know, prone to erosion and flooding, you know, simply because of the Lubirin, which is now higher. And then we needed to do like a pump station, which is an engineering solution that is even very expensive by the Ministry of Environment. You understand? So, I mean, we had to come up with a cable car. Today, you understand, as I speak to you, the contractor who is going to work on cable car is sitting in my office. You understand? Because we want to now start by building cable car.
This is talking about the demolitions. I believe this is a government representative talking about efforts in place to... When you refuse to do your homework, you are going to have to do the harder work later. All right? You refuse to provide housing for the people. You refuse see, let's face it. It is under one particular government that people built those substandard houses. And even now, under this present administration, people are building substandard houses across everywhere in the city. All right, you will see them mark the house X like this, stop work, but within days, all right, they will continue building, and of course, money must have exchanged hands, and these are substandard, below standard real estate properties. It is crazy, all right, and when things now begin to fall apart, they will now begin to demolish. And they will have a big problem on their hands. And instead of monitoring institutions to ensure, for instance, you were a particular government supervise when people are building houses. The level of rapid growth in Makoko, for instance, and other places like that, government supervised it. Why can't the government just look into it and form a framework on how to better control the building activities in that particular place, or even facilitate building of a more qualitative, you know, housing units in that particular region for the poor, and that can create employment for thousands of people. But all you do is just demolish and try to just, you know, do abracadabra, rent houses for them with the illusion of, you know, resettling them, pay them peanuts, you know, like the one in Owoshoki, demolishing houses worth millions and giving them 200,000, 300,000 as compensation. Where are they going to see a house of 300,000 in Lagos? And even outside Lagos, because I can tell you that in Lagos there's no such house. And even outside Lagos, even in some outskirts of Lagos like Mowe, it has not house has not gone above 500,000 naira. In places like Mowe, Bafo, which is considered like a outskirt of Lagos, and you evict people from their houses and pay them peanuts, and expect and you think you're not going to have a problem on your hands. We have not begun to see problems. When you displace thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, you are displacing them, and you want to have a peaceful city. You want to enjoy your city. And of course, even those that were evicted from their houses and all that, they are the very people that have supported the government. So they are basically reaping from, you know, they are being beaten by the dog that they fed. You know, the very government that they are feeding, they are the ones, you know, basically going hard on them. It is what it is in Nigeria. Let's tune into another space and let's see what is being discussed there.
It was in the Libyan war. It was with ECOMOG forces in Liberia.
This particular space talked about ADC. Peter Obi will usher in a new Nigeria.
When Nigeria was still able to export peace to countries.
Now, why we dey here?
Right, bullet pellets,
so many propaganda everywhere, and we are here to demolish it.
My father
All right?
moved to America. He lives in America. He's good. Guess what? The country that he didn't serve U.S. Army. America takes care of my dad. America pays my dad every month as a senior citizen. When my father has that eye way in that got damaged from fighting for his fatherland, America is the one managing it for him. My father lost one eye fighting for Nigeria. The country that is managing that eye for him now is America. Every time my father is going for appointments, America would send private taxi. Private. Because of his designation, because of that eye issue, is not just a senior citizen, is classified as handicapped. They would send a taxi to come and pick him up. When it's a group of them in the area, they will send a private bus, shuttle. The driver will take. I mean, when I went to visit him one time, right? I know that I don't know, but I wanted to even assist him to the vehicle. He said, no, I shouldn't do it. That, it's part of, like he was lecturing like I didn't know, it's part of their job. Let them do their job. The guy came, how are you doing, mister? How are you doing today, sir? Everything okay? You're doing great? Helped him from inside, helped him to the shuttle. Like I watched the whole thing. Every time he goes for his appointment, if a surgery is needed, most times he doesn't pay shishi out of pocket. There's always a government program. There's always some hospital grant. There's always something that takes care of the cost. That is when they're not doing the overall healthcare check and everything. That is the country he didn't serve.
And of course, the question that you now begin to ask, this is a fantastic idea. How countries all over the world, even capitalist countries like US, treat their elderly, all right, even those that qualify, on their scheme. Because let's face it, America vets everything, including those that benefit from some of these so-called healthcare, safety nets. Because we can see so many people complaining about the healthcare system in America. But if you qualify, if you are able to make it, you get a very premium treatment. All right? But let's face it, even in capitalist countries, there are social safety nets or social benefits or privilege that you enjoy as either the citizen or perhaps a well-documented immigrant. These are socialist, programs. But the question is, you giving us this provision and activities, these so-called plans and programs of countries like America, how they treat their senior citizens and those that fall into the bracket of those that should benefit all of these things, of which your father happens to be lucky enough to qualify for these benefits. You are queuing behind politicians that does not believe in stuff like this. Because this is the Obi supporters, let's face it. And of course, Mr. Peter Obi does not believe in free healthcare. He doesn't. All right? There are many proofs where he was a governor, how the cost of medical care rose up. All right, we are now 100 across all platforms. Big shout out to us. Let's keep it pumping. Let's keep it going. Tap on your screen, like the live stream, share and comment, subscribe, follow, do all of those simple stuff, and let's get it going. Rumors have it. It's not even rumors. Facts have it that Mr. Peter Obi is not a socialist. He's a capitalist. You have to pay for everything, even if you are an elderly. Education or healthcare, or you pay. You pay. Forget about all of the philanthropic activities that he's been doing. He's doing it just to maintain his voting bloc. Nothing more, nothing less. All right? And if you think we are wrong, come challenge us. All right? You have all of the necessary link to join us on studio here, and let's have that conversation. But we just want to point out the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy here is what we want to really call out. This, if you have been on this live stream from the beginning, I think you must have noticed that this is the third time that these NEPA people, or perhaps the electricity of Nigeria, has failed us. Right? This is the what a country. What a country. That in 2026, electricity is still dwindling. The power sector, and funny enough, the idiot that is the minister of power wants to run for office in Oyo State. The idiot that has refused to provide stable electricity for the Nigerian people is running for office. Running for office. That is the kind of audacity of the Nigerian politicians. Nigerian politicians have Nigerian politicians have so much liver, so much audacity. They don't care. And it's all thanks to the Nigerian people. Thanks to them, because we have lost taste for quality in Nigeria. Lost taste completely. Completely lost taste for quality. Whatever the politician does, whatever it is that this politician does, we just run with it. We don't have a critical mind. That is why we want to build this community of critical thinkers in Nigeria. We want to build our community such that we even constitute a voting bloc. All right? We constitute what? A voting bloc. There's so much anyhowness in the land. And of course, the future of the Nigerian state or the Nigerian project is very much depending on enlightened people that can do better, knows better, and do better. And that is what we want to do on this platform. We want to build a society, a community of Nigerians that would do better. A society of Nigerian people that can do better and know better. So we are educating our people. It is left for them whether or not they want to listen or reject what we have to say. So let's keep listening.
The very ideals that many of us hold dear, the very ideals that we have seen in other countries in the world, is the only one. Show me anybody else now. Show me. So that I can say, oh, I have a conflict.
I can show you, Showore.
You know, I like, this is difficult for me because my goodness, this other guy over here is also saying the same thing. Now I'm confused. What am I supposed to do now?
Showore is
nobody.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Nobody.
There is the Showore.
We have been socialized to just believe that bad governance, right, criminality is our lot in this life.
Of course, I agree with you.
Like
the reason why
we are being cursed
I disagree with
it. And there's nothing
that you claim to have.
The government throws the worst things at us. They don't care. They lie. They steal. They steal our destiny. They steal our future.
Just like
they steal our commonwealth.
Mr. Peter Obi arguably stole the Anambra people's money.
And we just sit there and we watch it happen. They screw us over and over.
Okay.
Are you guys not upset?
Well,
like I am, for fuck. Like I am upset.
you're upset, and you
I'm mad.
are obsessed with the parasitic elite.
I believe in the political process. That is why I'm latching on to Peter Obi. If I didn't believe in the political process, I'll probably be like, I'll go and join ANC, guys.
Ah, really?
Because like I always tell them, I don't disagree with the ideals. I just think it's impractical. Because
it's not practical.
They want to, like I told
ANC.
them on the last space I engaged them on the building space. Let me talk about that for a second. The ANC guys are not pragmatic, in my opinion.
Really?
I digress, but they're not pragmatic because they are saying some of the right things, but there is no place for them in Nigeria today.
Really?
Because they've not figured out how to collabo
with the thieves.
Win elections.
The
right?
AAC,
without losing their ideals.
The African Action Congress.
You see how I phrased that?
You phrased it intentionally. The African Action Congress has not figured out how to form coalition with the thieves in Nigeria. All right? They have not figured out how to form alliance with the very establishment criminal politician. That is exactly what this guy is saying. Exactly. No other way to rephrase it. It's as simple as that.
You know, they undermine some of our realities in Nigeria.
Okay.
They think if we can just convince Nigerians that politicians, they don't think of tribe when they hook up. They don't think of religion when they hook up. It's only class. So if we can convince Nigerians that we are all united by class, whatever, and then we can go fight our enemies. I'm like, fuck that.
I don't know how this guy thought it makes sense.
If you give Nigerians the best hospitals, if you give them the best schools, if you give them the best roads, infrastructures, I'm telling you, the religion and the tribe is not going away.
Okay.
It's not going away.
Do you agree with that? So why do Nigerians basically lose their religiosity whenever they are out of the country? Haven't you taken a cognizance of that? Why does Nigerians, whenever they are out of the country, they lose their religiosity? They somehow become less religious. Have you considered that? It seems that is not a one of your consideration, if you were to react to what this current speaker is saying. Nigerians lose, as a matter of fact, I'm not the one making this up, You're welcome, dear comrade, African Wahala. Nice to have you on board every single time. It's nice to have you on board. And
thank you so much.
And our brothers and sisters across all platforms we have indulged them, since they are unable to indulge us, we are indulging them to really use them to educate our people. So you're welcome. If you are available to speak, please proceed. The African Wala, you're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you so much, Liberation Chat, for your time, for your efforts and dedication towards this mission that you're pursuing. I just want to appreciate you. Thank you for your dedication, and thank you for providing a platform that we are able to analyze the psychology of the Nigerian people and why we keep on making the same political choices. For example, that guy that just spoke, he sounds like an intelligent brother, but he's telling us that he believes in our ideology of a revolution, but he doesn't believe that ideology can be implemented under the current Nigerian situation, which I disagree with. Because if the people can be conscious in a large number, it's going to have an effect on their behavior. Second point that I completely disagree with, 1000%. That aspect of tribe and religion, that if the people can be provided with basic amenities, jobs, and a decent living conditions, they will still be tribalistic and they will still be religious extremists. I completely disagree with that, because in other regions of the world, we have seen it happen. We've seen people from regions that were extremely religious and tribal, but once their lives started improving, they started getting access to basic amenities, decent living conditions, they slowly changed. There are so many societies that we can use as examples, from the east to the west. For example, in China, the Chinese used to be extremely religious, and at some point they stopped being religious. That was right after they started benefiting from a decent society. Once an average Chinaman gained access to a decent employment, access to good transportation, food, their belief system changed. They slowly reduced their religious extremist behavior. And it's the same thing about many Nigerians abroad. You see, many Nigerians that have traveled abroad, they automatically stop going to church. Because, I'm not talking about everyone, but many. Because number one, the things that you pray for in the Nigerian church is not what you're praying for when you get abroad. Because in Nigeria, an average churchgoer is looking for a miracle, is looking for a magical way to start to become very wealthy. They are looking for God, the divine, to protect them because they're about to embark on a journey. They want to travel from Bayelsa to Edo, but they are afraid that there might be car accidents, there might be kidnappers on the roads, so they have to go to church and pray that God, please protect me on the roads. But the difference is when they travel abroad, they are no longer going to be having those prayer points. And they now become more aware that the reason why I have been extremely religious and controlled by the religious institution is because of the deficits in my society. For example, if the roads are built properly, they are maintained properly, we don't have potholes, speed limits are implemented, and we don't have kidnappers hanging around in the bushes. If you have that kind of society, you will less likely pray for journey mercies before you embark on the journey. Now, nobody is saying there is anything wrong in you praying for journey mercies. It's okay. Accidents happen all over the world. Even in the most organized places, accidents happen. However, when we have a society that on a perpetual basis, it's hopeless. The roads are perpetually bad all the time. Even when they maintain the roads, they use cheap materials, and then erosion washes it off within 12 months. Or you have a society where there are kidnappers, terrorists hanging around in the bushes, and it only got worse because it wasn't this way about 15 years ago. But now, in 2026, it's the reality of people. So for that reason, people have become more religious. They are easier to control by their religious masters. And then when you go to the other side of things, in the north, you might say, yes, they too, they are extremely religious. They love going to their imams and their alfas, and that's the only thing they can think about. They're extremely tribalist. But the truth is, even the Fulani terrorists that were interviewed by Daily Trust newspaper went in, interviewed Fulani terrorists. That was before the time of Bello Turji. There was some other Fulani terrorists reigning. And you know what this guy said? That was the first indictment of El Rufai, by the way. Because the Fulani terrorists in that interview by Daily Trust, this was in 2021, 5 years ago, they said that the APC government brought them into Nigeria and they abandoned them. That why is the APC government that promised them a better life? Why are they not providing schools for their children? Why are they not providing access to basic, to water, clean water for their children and their animals? That is their concern. For example, that small percentage of so-called Nigerians. If what they are concerned about is their children having access to decent education and their animals having access to water and their farmlands having access to irrigation, that means we are all looking for the same thing. And that also means that if these people have access to good infrastructure, basic amenities, with time, they will reduce their tribalism and their religious extremism. It's just the way it is with human beings. No be only us as African people love Abrahamic religion. No be only us be the religious people. Yes, we are some of the most extremist religious people around the world, but that is also because we have one of the most extremely degraded society in the world. There is a correlation between poverty and religiousness around the world. If you pay attention, you'll notice that most countries that are not doing good economically, they are usually the most religious countries. So we can easily draw a correlation between extremism in religiousness and extremism in tribalism. So with that said, I completely disagree with that mindset. And that mindset in which that guy says, even if you provide schools, hospitals, and basic amenities for the people, they are still going to be extremists in religion and tribalism, even though that is his mindset, which is completely wrong, like I have just debunked. That mindset and that psychology is why people like that are following the approach that they are following to resolve the situation in the country, which is to follow the bandwagon. They genuinely believe that the only way to make the society better is to collaborate with the people that are powerful. But the people that are powerful are also the ones that have destroyed the society. They are the bad guys. They are the APC and the PDP guys that have formed the coalition in ADC. So if you are believing that the only way for you to resolve the problems in the society is to collaborate with APC and PDP members, then it's from your mindset, because you have a mindset that we can't resolve the problems in this country. You already have a negative mindset. And in all fairness, I have a negative mindset too, because that's what Nigeria does to you. Nigeria will make you have a negative mindset because you're basically drawing information from the history and you're trying to predict the future. And if you look at the historical events, you can tell that Nigeria has been negative to us, period. So it's easy for you to conclude that the future is also negative. However, it's a wrong approach because that means you're defeated. It's only people that are about to die that should have that kind of mindset. As far as you're living and you're not willing to submit yourself as a slave to your oppressors, then you need to find a solution outside of this. And that's what the AAC brings to the table. But the good thing is, a lot of these guys that are following the bad guys in the name of trying to play the Nigerian politics, in quotes, Nigerian politics, in quotes, those people, they still have to give the AAC and Omoyele Sowore and our approach, the revolutionary approach, they have to give it credit. You can hear those guys giving us a backhand credit while criticizing us at the same time. They are saying that the AAC's approach is not pragmatic, it's unrealistic within the Nigerian space, but at the same time, they are saying that they agree with the approach. So how about you choose one? If you're going to be an obedient, a very, very huge political support group in Nigeria, because you believe in Obi's popularity, how about you guys establish your own pathway? Establish your own pathway that is devoid of the association of APC and PDP. Instead of collaborating with APC and PDP and telling us that you want to resolve the problem. I can bet you that even if they come to power, it's still going to be the same APC and PDP guys that will make up the government, assuming the ADC wins in presidential elections. The guys that are going to end up making up the next government, the Minister of Information, Minister of Defense, Minister of Sports, all these ministers, all these senators, all these high-ranking politicians, they are going to be the same PDP and APC guys that destroy the country. I wouldn't be surprised if they make Aregbesola the Minister of Information. I wouldn't be surprised if they make El Rufai the Minister of Defense. So you tell me, if you take the ministerial position, Minister of Defense position, you took it away from Bashir, this former guy that was there under Buhari, Bashir, his name is Bashir, I can't remember Bashir Ahmed. You take it away from Bashir Ahmed, you've given it now to this guy that is there now, that is paired with Matawali, it starts with an R. I can't remember his name now. And then you take it away from that guy and you give it to El Rufai. You tell me what the difference is in the security infrastructure of Nigeria as far as the ministerial position of defense. There is no difference. It's the same people. So if you are pursuing ADC and you guys eventually become successful, I want you to realize that you are just pursuing APC and PDP to continue being in charge of the country. And that's my contribution, my dear brother. I just had to come in to give that support because I'm actually busy. I'm not able to stay for long, but I just had to come in and contribute, continue pushing the message forward and having people understand that we have the capacity to make it work, but we have to disassociate ourselves from the people that have contributed to ruining this country. We absolutely have to. Otherwise, we are just going round and round in circles in an infinite loop, headed nowhere. We're just going round, round, round on a perpetual basis, headed nowhere. Thank you so much, my great comrade, Liberation Chat. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, you have been able to articulate this great perspective to over 100 people today. And of course, we are so blessed to always have your contribution on this platform. You have been so supportive, always joining our broadcast to drop comments, share, like, even come into the studio to give your own 2 cents. This is what the coalition of the oppressed is all about. It is really contributing your own little quota to the effort that is ongoing to reorientate the minds of the people. And you are a paragon of example in this regard. Thank you so much, comrade the African Wahala. Thank you so much as always. So yeah, let's keep listening to our brothers and sisters.
Also talk to our children, youth corpers that are going to be used. You also know that you are working for your
And of course, you can also join in if you are listening. This is not a gatekept platform. It's the platform of the people. You can also join in by using the link to come into the studio, and you have a chance to speak whatever it is that is in your mind. Feel free to vent. Feel free to exert your own opinion about it, whether or not we have been biased or perhaps we have been right on point. And we have been talking about the weird obsession with parasitic polylooters, the weird obsession of our people with the establishment politicians, and of course what that means for us economically and politically.
150 naira. What is it today? That should say something to us. What is not nice is not nice. Let's begin to fix our leadership. You have interest, you are educated. Here in America, in the House of Rep and everywhere, you see lawyers that know what they're doing, educated people. When they debate over here, you have ghost pimples because people are talking intelligently. Intellectuals are discussing. You are excited to listen to them debate. What do we have back home? It's a shame. We need to come back and put Nigeria back on the map. INEC, you are the first one that I will talk to. Don't let us take our cases to the judiciary. Judiciary too, clean up your house. We don't even want to come to you. Nobody is coming to the court. Don't let us end our elections in the courts. It's a shame. It's not nice. 250 million people should be able to. We say we are independent. Let us be independent. All around independence is what we want. Please, my people, I beg you. Mobilization for PVC. Very important. Let us overwhelm them. How can we have 250 million people and only 30 million are coming out to decide the destiny of the remaining 220 million?
Yeah,
it's a shame.
I agree with that, yes. Yeah.
No country can survive like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the worst of us continue to rule the best of us. Please, don't let our leadership be questionable no more. Please, let us be transparent in everything that we do. This is my plea today. Let us do it right. We can do it right. We can get it right. It's never too late. Like they say, anytime you wake up is your morning. Let Nigeria wake up in 2027 so that the whole world can tell us good morning. That our green passport can command respect again. That I can proudly stand and say I'm a Nigerian. My people, please, we can do it. Who collect those miserable money? The money they gave you in 2023, it's finished. As a matter of fact, the money in 2023 has lost its value as of this morning. So what are we talking about? We can do it. The power belongs to the people, not the people in power. We are the people. We are the powerful ones. We put whoever we want to put in office. Let's do this. We can do it. Go and collect your PVC. They say it has opened. Collect it. That's the power that you have. You can use it once in 4 years. If you use it rightly, you enjoy it. You use it wrongly, you suffer. Just like we're suffering now. Election was stolen. The complete election was not announced. I can't see where they would allow election in 4 a.m. in the morning before people wake up. Election was announced, there's no jubilation in the land. And people, we don't want that to repeat itself. Elections have consequences. And the only voice you have is your PVC. Get out there and go and collect it. Please, that is what I want us to do. And those of you that are here, you love PO, you are the obedient ninjas. Even if they don't like us, we don't care. Go and get on the smart ballot. Smart ballot app is what can make your life easy for your mobilization and know the people in your polling unit. It is something that helps you, for you guys to organize. You can talk to each other so that on the election day, you guys just introduce each other and you give yourself a family hug and you know that you are your polling unit watchers. That nothing is going to happen to your poll, to your ballot. Not like 2023. They have beaten us once. I will not go to let them to beat us twice. Thank you, everyone. I've left. Judo, I'm still here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's something that I agree with the most part of this individual's submission. I agree, and of course, I have many concerns about it. That the rhetoric of not allowing the worst of us to lead the best of us. And of course, in mentioning his own favorite established politician, that is where my worry is. Do we really think the current coalition is the best of us? That is my only concern. Every other thing she says about the the voters card mobilization, yes, let's go get. We can't say this enough. Let's go get our PVC. I have my own PVC. I have my PVC, and it's even not far from where I'm sitting down right now. All right, I have my PVC, and I'm ready to use the PVC to vote for a revolutionary, positioned leader, an ideologically oriented, carrying the interest of the people kind of leader. Here is my PVC. All right, this is not mouth, this is not joke. I am not just a talker. All right, I practicalize whatever I do. This is my voter's card, and I belong in a political platform. All right, a platform that is away from the current system of things in Nigeria, the current establishment hegemony, or those that have lost out in their individual establishment politicians like APC and PDP coming together to form a coalition or a force that want to oust or remove the current mafia boss in town. I am not going to be part of that. That is my own. That's my own position. You don't have to take that same position too. I would recommend you to examine your position. That if you are talking about the best of us ruling, I'm talking about someone like this. All right, talking about a political platforms like this, talking about best of us. If that is what we want, allowing the best of us lead, I think Sowore is the right candidate that we should basically rally around. If you believe it's Mr. Peter Obi, no problem. If you believe it's the coalition people, no problem. All right, those that want to coalesce with their fellow politicians. But Sowore, with my observation, is trying to coalesce with the oppressed, the ordinary people, the organic people in Nigeria. So the choice is there for us to make. All right, and I respect your choice, but of course, I just want to bring to the conversation the need for us to align or reevaluate these our submissions with or our decision in terms of what to do with our voters card. I have previously shown my voters card. I have my voters card, and I encourage as many as the conscious people of Nigeria to go get their voters card, because if votes are not valuable, it will not be bought. They are buying votes because they want to use the vote for something to gain legitimacy. All right, and of course, if you are a Nigerian, you are conscious, you think your vote is priceless, and you are not really pretty much willing to participate and contribute your own vote to vote revolutionary, politician like Sowore, or perhaps any other revolutionary politician, be prepared for any consequence. I know I am prepared for the consequences of voting for someone like Sowore. All right, the consequence is rejection. All right, it's not a popular opinion. Fine, but I am prepared to face whatever consequence that comes with his presidency. All right, be prepared for whatever will be the consequence of voting for the coalition of displaced politicians who are masking opposition. Be prepared, whether or not it will be business as usual, just politicians changing political parties, the same politicians basically. So do not come and be complaining about bad governance after submitting your decision on their altar. That is just what I want to just clarify there. But other things around the lines of getting voters card, if you don't have one, I agree totally with that.
Whatever he's doing with that AA, they want to test water and see how the water is running. If it's cool, they are quickly edit it to AA.
So we have to tune into their forum, because we know that there's a lot of propaganda going on there. It's the reason why we are tuning in. Nothing more, nothing less.
Maybe they feel
and like, share, comment. Right? Like, share, and comment the live stream.
Do not mean well.
It's what helps us to keep doing what we are doing, and it is free for you to like, comment, and repost. It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay anybody.
Civil war.
So if you like this kind of content, kindly share, like, and comment. This is what pushes the algorithm to
Dr.
right
I know you
audience.
didn't write that.
Yes, he didn't write that. He didn't, because I didn't want to. Madam Moni is the one calming me down. I would have told him that, sir, you are part of the satanic bandits who and supporting.
Okay.
Nigeria needs a younger, active, and inspired leader at this point. Go to the comment section, right? Everybody is saying the same thing. Please, Oga, step down. You are too old. Leave this one for us. It is enough.
They'll say you are bullying. They'll say you are bullying him.
No, we are not bullying him.
So you are respecting him or bullying him.
No, I am making a request. I am making a request. It's a request. I even said please, and I added kindly. Did you see that too, though? Who says please and kindly in one sentence? That shows the level.
It's kind of like Yoruba people. It's not like Yoruba people where they say Yoruba people they are obsessed with Boda. Yoruba people go say Boda mi Segun ori yin o pe. Boda Segun, your head no correct. So what is the point of the Boda? After you don't tell me, say my head no correct. Why they call me Boda? What is Boda for?
No. Hold on. You are making it brother Segun Oriope.
Oriope.
Yeah, the brother is
so
a sign
what is the brother for?
No, the brother is respecting you and disrespecting you, but the respect came first. So you accept the respect first before you get the disrespect.
Dr. O, just say Segun Oriope.
Anyway, I know he didn't make that tweet. Maybe his son, Shehu, made that post. Maybe Shehu made that post.
Or some assistant, some
assistant, yeah, some PA made that post.
You know when the last video I saw.
It's obvious that he did not make the post now because in his profile it says that his post is signed AA.
By AA.
And that post wasn't signed.
Let me have you ask you a question today. If you were Shehu, would you not have access to your father's X account?
Not necessarily. I mean, there is 20, how many of us? 26 of us.
Oh my God! Don't say this again. Don't stop disrespecting our great grandpa. You know he has 26 children. Should we blame him or blame his manhood? Who should we blame now? Like Ojuku is dead and his manhood lives on.
Insulting my principal. You guys keep insulting my principal. What do you mean by 26 children? What do you mean by 26 children?
I'm good. How you doing? Mr. Lecturer, mute your mic. Mr. Lecturer, mute your mic. Respect yourself, okay?
Today I don't get lecture on our bus, but I won't go give you now all the obedience. Now they make us they cry. All our in other space they'll be crying, calling to do. I'm coming here to give you guys basketballs. Now what I'm here today, fire for fire.
Interesting.
Let's talk.
Waiting I do.
Fire for fire.
Really? What you don't do there for this street, I'm gonna go punish you.
I think I know what Tudo's crime is. Tudo refused to put good governance aside. Tudo refused to put good governance aside.
They say na power. They say power first. Power first. Talk power first. Then good governance. Talk power first.
In the words of the great Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right? Power first. Whatever you describe as good governance later. I'm just, it's not me.
Smash it. Grab it and run.
Like, bro, now you want to build a new country, thunder fire you for them, man. Like, bro, what the?
I know what's even more funny. Tudo, I'm sure Tudo has not been in Nigeria in the last 20 years. But he won't build new country for Nigerians.
Why are people afraid of good governance? And why do they think they are referring to Peter B whenever they say good governance? And then when they say power first, they are referring to my principal article.
Malam.
I say, I'm here for you guys today. I'm here for you guys.
I see what you did there. So good governance, Peter Obi comes to mind. Power.
Yes.
The other guy comes to mind.
The other guy.
I'm not here for lecture.
No problem.
You guys, do you remember how we were being hounded for saying vote wisely? Just say vote wisely. They go insult your father, insult your mama, I'm like, vote wisely. I did not mention anybody's name. These people insulted us was just vote wisely. Just vote wisely. I know.
Vote wisely, Peter Obi.
So Malam, it's like when we say we need a northerner, you cannot win without a northerner, and then we present you Kwankwan. So no, not that northerner.
We don't need good governance. Let's take power.
We don't need that northerner.
We need another one.
No.
Not this one.
We need power first. Once the president comes, we don't need that. We need power first. Then good governance will come. Can you do anything? Can you do anything without power?
Take care.
Can you do anything without power?
Go back to
Imagine.
Thank you,
See the orientation of the Nigerian people.
Tudo, please hold on. Tudo, please hold on.
I believe
please hold on.
you can do quite a great deal without
My
power.
name is not Oyi. He's not Oyi Hena. You're pronouncing it like a Benue person. It's O-I Hena. O-I Hena. Say it.
Wahala for pronunciation.
No only please sabi pronounce your name, I swear.
O-I Kina.
Thank you.
O-I Kina.
Not O-I. You're adding Yoruba H to it. Don't do that.
It's O-I. Oh, okay. Dr. AI.
Dr. O.
Okay.
Mommy. And Dobale lower. Dobale lower.
Dobale is 419 Dobale. I'm not taking
I'm actually doing it here. I'm actually doing it here.
Now Yoruba people they do that kind of thing.
Well, we believe that as well. All of this is as a lot of being. Yeah, I would save you all of the drama on that particular forum, and the drama is centered around, the harsh reality that there are many Nigerians who indeed believe that Mr. Peter Obi represents anything remotely close to good governance. Anything remotely close. That is their view. Or that is what they are trying to push. Do you agree with this? Do you think Mr. Peter Obi represents good governance? Please come prove it to us from here. We'll be more than willing to listen to you. Whether or not this actually meets with the records on ground, because the records on ground tend to disagree with that insinuation. It's just like saying Atiku also represents good governance, or perhaps this space is basically this particular forum that we listen to painted as Atiku as the one that is power hungry. That is what this space is all about. And if you look at the title of that particular forum, ADC Peter Obi will usher in new Nigeria. The new Nigeria, or the new Anambra that he was not able to usher in Anambra State. Well, did you live in Anambra during his tenure? Did you live in Anambra during and you experienced new Anambra? The Anambra turned to a brand new state under his administration. If you think so, please come pick up the mic and let's engage. Come, let us engage and let's speak. Let us speak. Let us have the conversation. This particular broadcast is not meant to only push out or dish out, a singular or a agenda-like kind of position. We are very much open-minded to have an intellectual discussion about this. We believe that Nigerians should stop this weird obsession with parasitic Polilooters. All right? But if you want Nigerians to continue this weird obsession, I think, please, by all means, indulge us. Reach out to us. Let us have your own take. All right? Let's have your own take. Let us know whether or not the Nigerian people should basically have a coalition with the establishment politicians, or the Nigerian people should basically have a coalition of the oppressed. What do you have to say? What is your own view? Oh, wow. So let's have that discussion. It's important that we have the discussion for us to make progress. And of course, to the over 100 souls watching us right now, we say Are you not where? Are you not? Well, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. We lost connection. And you know what it is with Nigerian connection. Nigerian connection, it's a menace. It just shuts down on you just like that. And I think, are we back? I'm just trying to verify if we are indeed back, or perhaps it's just crickets. I think we are back. I think we're back. We have been battling connection for the past how many minutes now? And I think the network has returned back to normalcy. You know, everything points to the fact that there's need for the sort of leadership that would put everybody on their toes in Nigeria. Yeah. And I don't think the network is still very much poor, very poor network. I think it's time to shut down and start again, maybe sometime.
No, Master. Sorry, let me.
Our projected economic growth for next year is 4.
I want to even verify if our video is back live. That's what I want to even verify. Network is bad. Network is terrible.